What do you think about that army crawl? What do you think about that? Here we go. All right. What up, YouTube? We are live. We're good to go. I see y'all in the chat. What is up? What is up? What is up? I see y'all. Request to speak. Request to speak. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. What is up? What is up? What is up? I see y'all. Let me get the chat going. Request to speak. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. It's so weird not having. There we go. There we go. And now we got some speakers. I'm like, I need some speakers. Why isn't everybody speaking? I want some speakers. Let me get the chat going. I'm not going to keep doing spaces and live streams if nobody wants to speak. That's the only reason why I do so spaces. Weird not having. There we go.
No, I want to speak.
Okay. Bottom right corner. Like the channel over on YouTube. Sorry, you guys. Like the channel over on YouTube. Give it some love. I don't. Oh shit. I don't think you can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. There we go. Sorry, you guys. All right, yeah. Show us some love over there on YouTube. We'll get it going. Noah, what do you got to say, brother? Noah? Did I lose sound on every on
No, Noah, unmute your mic.
I think he doesn't have good signal. We'll drop him. Go ahead, Miss Lou. I'll bring him back up.
Hey, good evening, Diligent. Boy, this is exciting. Wow. Stu Peters actually came on a video today.
How about now, guys?
Oh, do you want me to back off?
No, you're good. Finish what you're saying.
Okay. He wanted, Stu Peters came on a video today and said, everybody pray for Candace because big things are, everything you've been saying, big things are coming. So he's worried about her. So, you know, I've never been involved in her stuff. As you know, it's not my thing, but I follow what you do with regards. So I trust you. I've not always thought personally that she brought everything to the table that was verified. So I haven't really followed her, but I certainly give her the right to.
Did you watch the video? Can we talk about the video?
Oh, no, the one that's on right now. I've got it on my computer. Let me go see. I see the shooter on the roof. Let me go back and look at it and I'll get back to you.
Okay. Bottom right corner, everybody, repost the space. We're going to watch it together over on the YouTube stream. What it shows is a trained individual doing what is called a lateral crawl, which is a very specific army or military maneuver that snipers and trained military infantrymen and special ops use to get into position without being seen, right? It allows them to maneuver, to hold their weapons, to hold gear, and move in position while keeping a low elevation and remaining out of sight by potential bystanders or enemies, right? Well, Tyler Robinson is an electrician. He is an electrical engineer. He was never trained in the military. He was never in the ROTC. He didn't even really like to shoot guns, right? He wasn't even a hunter. He's a fisherman. His brother, his dad, his family, they're all hunters. He's a fisherman. So they're having a hard time right now because now they've got to convince the entire United States that, or at least Utah, that somebody who is not trained knows how to do a lateral crawl across the roof of the Losi and pulls out what appears to be a potential fold AR. If we can get Cody in here, if somebody wants to message Cody, Lunea, you have him in DMs, don't you? Corby, yep. Yeah, if you want to send him an invite, that'd be great. I want to hear what his take is on it. We've interviewed him before. And there's also another thing that is extremely important. It appears that he signals an in-position signal. They were trying to say, well, it might be a car. It's not a car, right? So the footage is pretty short. I want to let the space and the live stream build a little bit before we watch it together. Bottom right corner, repost the space. I will wait about 5 minutes. And then if you scroll my timeline, there's a YouTube link. If you want to watch along with us, you can go down to the YouTube link and watch that way. I'm not going to, I'm going to wait a minute and let things build up before we watch it. Hit that like button, share the YouTube channel. Do me a favor, you guys are over on YouTube. Whatever you got to do to make it boost up in the algorithm. I'm being suppressed like hell ever since I did the Penguin story. If you go look at my pinned post, you can see it's got tons of engagement, but it's just not getting seen because they're censoring. It is like the jab times. Yeah, it really is. It's crazy. And now I can see why. Because they are fucked. I mean, they are so cooked. They are so cooked. It is bad, man. It is bad. Yeah, bottom right corner, repost the space, everybody. I'm gonna show it in just a second, you guys. I'm gonna show it. Bottom right corner. Okay. Let's go to the hands while we wait. Well, you can see it playing right there, but I'll make it full screen and I'll shrink myself away. We'll go to the hands and then we'll get through it. Go ahead, Lune, and then Crimes and Noah.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, I don't know if you already said this before I started, but just to clarify, is the video that she just showed the same 4K video that Benny Johnson was saying?
Nobody has seen this video.
Oh, okay. So not the same as the courthouse? Okay.
Nobody has seen this video. I'm not sure. I didn't see the courthouse video, so I can't speak with certainty.
True.
Yeah, she said that she obtained this from law enforcement and the government, if you remember. So I have no idea. Go ahead, Crimes.
Hey, I would say the three things that stood out to me from this, from the showing of this video is the number one, the fact that there was no, I don't know what the term is, but no blowback from the gun. Like you don't see any.
It's called recoil.
Thank you. Also, she mentions like you said, a flash. I think that was.
Yeah, there's no flash from the muzzle. No muzzle flash.
Yep. And then the other thing she mentioned, I thought she mentioned a folding action.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to. It's such low resolution that you can't tell, but it does appear to unfold out onto the rooftop.
So the one thing that came to my mind was I would not be surprised if this gun does not go back to victim marks. That whole folding gun thing. And
I don't want to make any unfounded claims. I don't want to make any unfounded claims about people specifically without receipts.
Well, I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised. So yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Patricia and Noah.
Hey guys, Diligent, thank you for all the hard work that you've done. I mean, you, Baron, and Candace have just done tremendous work in this. And who knows where we would be but for that. So that's incredibly appreciated. A couple of things that stood out to me. First of all, somebody posted, do you think the defense is in on this? And unfortunately, at this point, given the fact that nobody has been to Panguitch to interview the wait staff except for you, nobody's actually spoken to the witness who took the original footage where he saw somebody on the roof. I have no choice but to think that they are in on it, and this goes like a Tom Clancy novel at this point. With regards to the footage that we just saw on the roof, I agree. I think their narrative is absolutely toast after this. My thing is, what are we going to hear tomorrow? Candace is crazy. That video is absolutely Tyler Robinson. We told you it was. This proves nothing, etc. So I just wanted to chime in on that. And unfortunately, just given the incredible work you did speaking to the staff at Panguitch, I can't believe that the defense attorneys have not been down there to interview them immediately. So unfortunately, I have no other reason to think that they aren't in on it.
Yeah, I don't know that they haven't been there since then. Right?
Since then. But so as a 20-year attorney, if I originally thought, okay, well, it's a Brady violation that the prosecutors didn't tell them about this. But the other issue is the first thing that the defense attorneys would have done would be get a very detailed timeline from Tyler Robinson. And if he was at Panguitch, which I suspect he would have said, I went to Panguitch and I had a steak. Then the next step is you get your butts down to Panguitch and you speak to these people, not only the staff, but you find out any other customers that might have been there that can place your client there. So I have no choice at this point from an attorney brain but to think that they are compromised.
I'm leaning towards compromise. Yeah. I just don't want to speak definitively, but I mean, I think that they're compromised.
I said leaning. I'm leaning towards it because I can't think of any other reason why they wouldn't have been there already, like in 10 months.
I'm with you. They should have already been down there. If I can go down there and interview that kid, they could go down there and interview that kid. They have the same information that I do.
You have a witness, an eyewitness who can place your client somewhere. That's the first thing that you do. You go get a statement from these people.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Diligent.
Go ahead, Noah and Nifty.
I absolutely need the ice clanging in the glass. I need that.
I know, bro.
Trisha,
I know.
thank you. That is the perfect
It's a
vibe right
margarita
now.
in a lovely glass.
Oh my god. Yes, that's the vibe right now. So I think it was Miss Lou and you together. I got to give you guys props when you guys mentioned that Candace revealed that her sources are within the government, within TPUSA, and that gives me so much hope, guys. It means that we have good guys still in our government, and I know there's laughter coming from Lune,
I
but
wasn't sure where you were going with that. I'm sorry.
no. So no. You bring up an interesting point, Lune, because I'm one of those fools that voted for Jill Stein, knowing that it would be a vote for Trump, because I saw a problem way back when. Okay, but okay, sorry, Diligent, to your video. Um, Excellent work to the video that was being played. What needs to be done now is that we need to start taking recorded statements from the people that gave us a narrative of what happened on that roof, okay? And if your information is true that there is a recorded phone call, then we need to go to everybody that was there, every security
What do you mean
detail.
recorded phone call?
So there
Are you talking about
apparently there-
the 911 call?
the 911 call that is approximately 8.5 minutes long, if I'm to believe that that rumor.
For just to be clear, that's not my information. That's Candace Owens.
Okay,
But
I
she's credible.
okay, she is credible.
She's credible.
And Diligent, just a shout out to all the people, and this is relevant. Okay, Diligent, I think that your hybrid show of YouTube and X together is an amazing idea. It's great. Stick with it. Refine it. Okay. You get your money from YouTube, you get your views from YouTube, but people that have something to say come to X. That way we can boost both. You get your subscribers back on X, you get a following on YouTube, you get everything.
Let's talk about that later. That's okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing it. We're here. We're all here.
No. You convinced me after you changed your views. I was like, this cat's a Glenn Greenwald. You're the next Glenn Greenwald. So here we go.
Don't do that to me either. Don't do that to me either. I mean, he's okay.
No. You just got to stay honest.
Bottom right corner, everybody repost the space. Let's get more numbers in here. There should be a lot more numbers in here. No foreigners should be the top spaces. No, I appreciate that, Noah. You're right. You're right. We're going to keep it.
Okay. Sorry, Diligent. So the evidence for the prosecution, which comes from the state of Utah and from the federal government, has been absolute dog shit. The evidence for the state, the evidence for the defense for Tyler Robinson, not the defense, because if the state's in on it, if the feds are in on it, he's fucked no matter what, right? So
not necessarily. There's one way that we can save him.
Because there are still good guys. If this evidence that Candace is receiving from people in the government, from TPUSA, means yes, they're weirdos, okay? They're spooks.
There are still patriots in the government, you guys. There's not a lot of them, but there are.
Okay? Look, guys, Mormons are real, okay? They are real people. And Jews are real too. Oh my God, they're real people. But you know what? There are Mormons and Jews that are patriots that love America. No, there is.
There's all kinds of
There
people that
really
love
is.
America.
Okay? We fucking love America. Okay? And as long as there's good guys, there's hope. Okay? But so there's this phone call, okay, that pale fuck that was on the Sean
Let's
Ryan
let's
show. That
let's dial the F bombs down just a little. You can swear, but just a
sorry,
little.
sorry, that whatever you want to call him, okay, that was on the Sean Ryan show, and he talked about every detail that happened in the vehicle on the way of Charlie Kirk receiving in that hospital. We got a live phone call. You need to start comparing these testimonies from not just him, but from several others and what actually happened. And okay, a secret about reasonable doubt is not like inserting one little detail into a narrative and the whole thing breaks apart. That's it's kind of like it's hyperbole, but it's not really true. Reasonable doubt is when the Fed narrative is so bad, when the evidence is so bad, and the evidence for the defense is so overwhelming that it's absolutely reasonable for a reasonable person to come up with a totally different alternative narrative. And if the pieces fit even better from the evidence of defense, that is the ultimate definitive version of reasonable doubt. And that's how you can get a Fed case
I
tossed.
actually, oops, sorry. I actually think that we are quickly approaching a dismissal. That is how severe the evidence against the Fed is. The totality of evidence to show that the government is engaged in a cover-up and have framed Tyler Robinson is quickly becoming insurmountable. I think that it is to the point, right? And it will actually soon be to the point where if they kill Tyler Robinson, you might really see the American people wake up in a way we have never seen. It is so glaringly obvious that our government has engaged in the murder of Charlie Kirk and in the framing of a young man. There's going to be no turning away from it. This is their worst nightmare. It literally is. The powers that be, the intel agencies, all of the military think tanks, the TPUSA, shills, all of the Con Inc., the FEDslop shills. This week is their worst week by far. It's not even over with. It's only Tuesday, folks. Only. They can laugh in their hubris and they can think that they are untouchable, but I assure you that they are not. They are not. And the decentralized citizen-led investigation, U.S. citizen-led investigation, empowered by the First Amendment, is going to win this. The people are going to win this. You know why? Because God is on the truth side. That is why you keep failing, right? That is why people keep beating the insurmountable odds, right? It's something beyond your control. So laugh in your hubris, be confident, mock, because your days are numbered. Go ahead, Nifty.
Thank you so much, Diligent. The sound in your voice today, it's almost like relief and almost like the top of the roller coaster where it's like, hey, all these efforts, like you said, from the citizen journalists, yourself being part of the tip of the spear, it's pretty incredible and it's also unprecedented. So, like over the past year, I've watched you not just be like an armchair person that, tweet stuff like, oh, this is wrong with society or this is what's happening over here. You actually got in your car or airplane, I don't know, drove down to Utah, wandered around the campus, and you've been in person multiple times, you know, taking matters into your own hands to find the truth. So I'm wondering, I know today's a historic day and I can't wait to see your takes on this video, but what are some of the most memorable moments over the past year along the way for you? Is it something you saw in person? Is it the rise of someone on X that, you know, was a regular person that stepped up, or was it a
It's
big break in this case?
it's not any one thing. It's what I just described. It
Yeah.
is it is the inexplicable occurrences that have led the people to the right place at the right time, that have been out. It's been outside the control of any person. Nobody could think it up. Nobody could scheme or plan, even on people seeking the truth. Right? I've seen too many a pattern of events occur that have led us to the truth along this journey that speaks to a higher power. Right? That is the most significant thing for me. Right? Is like a reinforcement or an encouragement of like faith, right? And no trust the plan, no trust the government, just knowing that if you walk this path laid in front of you, and even if it is, you know, scary and it's uncertain and you're not sure that you're going to be successful, that things happen along the way that push you, keep you going along that path. And not just me, but just all of the people that I know that are involved. And she's right. There are so many people. It's like whack-a-mole, right? There are so many people that know what's happening here at a large scale. There's so much information out there. There's so much evidence out there that they can't contain it now. And it does, you know, Candace alluded to this tonight, is it makes you wonder what they're going to do next, because the desperation is going to get palpable. It already is, right? But what happens when they absolutely lose control of the mainstream narrative? What then? You know, because I think the only thing that you have to control people at that point is force, and that's a scary thought. So, yeah, I'm about to. I think we're up to enough. I can play the video. If you're on YouTube, or if you're on X, let me go throw the YouTube link up in the Jumbotron so you guys can watch along if you want to, if you're in the space.
Wait, Dilly, can I ask you before you show the video if you can make play like kind of maybe after you show the video or even before it, if you can, I'm trying to piece together the images that you had shown on your ex with Tyler walking up the stairs and all of that. Would that have been before he was on the roof? And I think it's important to explain that because when he's on the roof, it doesn't look like he takes anything out of his pants if he had been walking around with a gun in his pants.
What we see on the roof does not jive with what the prosecution and the witnesses have told us. That is why Candace asked if there was perjury, because there are a couple conflicting statements of sworn statements from Officer Hull and particularly Officer Bagley, with what they observed in the video, right? Officer Hull specifically described the movements of the shooter across the roof, but did not tell us about the military maneuver. He also did not tell us about the signal. He also did not tell us that the weapon unfolded or flopped out. They told us that Tyler Robinson changed on that roof. If you don't remember, they also said Tyler Robinson reconstructed the weapon on the roof, hence the screwdriver. That did not happen. They lied. They are in a very, very bad predicament right now. And let me just say this. This video is not close to all that everybody has. It's not even close. And they could raid every person they think they know has something, and it would still be out there. It would still get out. That is how decentralized this is. And there are people within the government actively working with citizen journalists to make sure that this gets out. Okay? So the bad actors, the foreign interests, all of the corrupt actors, you don't own us. You don't own us. I want to get Eddie's perspective. Go ahead, Eddie. Eddie, are you there? Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes,
Yes,
Dylan, can I
yes.
say one thing real quick before you start the
Yeah,
video?
go ahead.
It is important. It has to do with the screwdriver. I didn't realize that that video shot me for two things. One, the horizontal crawl that you mentioned, and two, that he was dressed in all black. Okay, that was odd to me. And the gun doesn't even look like anything resembling
Miss
what
Lou,
we
remember
heard.
the video she originally showed of the person that was her I don't know if you saw that because I'm not sure if you're following Candace, but she had shared a video of someone looking like they were crawling on the roof in all tactical gear, in all black.
Yeah. This is a shock to me. I did not see that until Diligent showed this video. But I do want to say one thing about the screwdriver that might be important that I heard. As I told you, I know a guy who was in special forces. He was in Delta, I believe, and was a ballistic expert. He's since retired. And he said to me, he said that gun wasn't assembled from a backpack. He said, no way. He said, what that's the screwdriver might have been used for is to set up the sight. But he said, when you set up a sight on a gun, on existing, and you're setting up the sight, you really have to know what the hell you're doing. It isn't just screwing a sight on and then looking through the sight and go. It has to be calibrated. It has to be watched. In other words, you really
Yeah,
have to know.
it's called zeroed in.
Yeah, you really have to know your gun savvy to be able to set up a sight on a long shoot rifle like that. And he said you also have to really be a damn good shooter. So, this is military. Back to what you were saying about military training. I don't think for 1 minute that Tyler was the shooter. Haven't for a long time. So anyway, I don't say he's not in on it. I didn't say that. Like you've always said, there might be some relationship to him with that. Maybe he was a patsy. Maybe he knows more, and that's why they're keeping him tied down because they don't want him to speak. So can't even speak to his parents, right? Is that correct?
Not about the case.
Okay, there you go. Thank you for the microphone, Diligent.
Yep, thank you. Let's go to Ashley and Mike G.
Hi. So can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Thank you so much for all the hard work you've been doing on this case, first of all. But I wanted to get your opinion, or I don't know, you may have spoken about this before, but regarding the Panguitch thing, like when I first came on and someone was saying about like the defense being in on it, and I was thinking about that a lot lately. Do you think that is there any scenario that you can come up with where you think the defense would be trying to protect him? So like maybe he did tell them he was in Panguitch, but they are afraid of him getting accused of another crime or something.
There's a lot of potential explanations there. I have no idea why they haven't gone down there. They have no excuse to not have interviewed those people because they can interview and then choose not to do anything with it. So, but they have not up until the point where I got there, they had not interviewed, and so that leads me to believe there's plausible deniability here. The FBI is the one that got reported to. So the prosecution has a duty to turn over potentially exculpatory evidence via the Brady rule, like Patricia said, over to the defense through discovery, right? Under Brady, they have to. Otherwise, it's at the very least a mistrial or potentially dismiss, right? Well, if the FBI never went and interviewed or never turned over that evidence to the prosecution has plausible deniability. We didn't know. The investigators didn't give us that information, right? And if the defense can say the same thing, well, if there was a break in the chain of custody or chain of information, chain of investigation, then we also didn't get that. So if they come underneath the scrutiny of the public, and let me assure you, they will. 100% they will. By the time this is over with, everybody involved with this case is going to have a massive microscope and magnifying glass over them. That's how bad it looks. They have, if you could just let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
They have a chain of plausible deniability. Once it comes to them, they're going to say that we never heard from the prosecution. The prosecution is going to claim that the FBI never told them. The FBI is going to say we didn't have a credible lead, so we didn't go back there. That's why it happened the way that it did. Let's go to Mike.
Yeah, but the defense has direct access to Tyler.
Your name's not Mike Jarbot. Mute your mic. Mute your mic.
The
Mute your
defense
mic.
has
You
direct
mute your
access
mic.
to
Okay,
Tyler.
I'm going to have to drop you
So there's
down.
no,
You don't know how to operate my spaces. All right, go ahead, Mike. Mike.
Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
All right. All right. Yeah, so that video, couple things to note from it. Unfortunately, when you get in a court of law, things get dissected, but I mean, I saw that and that was 100% somebody with military training, probably advanced military training. And I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. About week 3 into boot camp, you're taught, 3 things, like in terms of maneuvers, a low crawl, a high crawl, and what the Marines call, I'm up, they see me, I'm down, which is like a 3 to 5 second rush. That was a high crawl. It's technically a contralateral crawl, which without a weapon probably means nothing, but somebody just doesn't intuitively execute that move with a scoped weapon. It's just not an intuitive thing to do. Like executing that, and keeping your rifle scoped, muzzle out of the dirt, optic protected. It's clearly, it's just learned behavior. I don't know if this guy was in the military or not, but he was
never in the military. At least Tyler Robinson wasn't.
Yeah. And then, intuitively doing that under stress is just, it's almost like a 0% chance. But the other thing that I would love to look at, if you can pull it up, is him landing off of the rooftop, because it looks like that's like a kind of a textbook, like PLF or parachute landing fall, right? So
that's where you move your feet so that the energy is dissipated in your steps.
Exactly. Yeah, you keep your feet and your knees together. Your knees slightly bent, elbows tucked, your chin down, and then there's a couple points like you land on the balls of your feet, then you kind of roll calf to thigh, and then butt, and you're rolling in one direction. It's usually if you're if you're under a canopy, you're going to drift in one direction, so you roll to the drift. If you're just dropping straight, you kind of just pick a side, right? But the thing that, before a jumper in airborne school, like in Fort Benning, and all branches of the service go there, Marines go there too, even though it's an Army base. But before you make your first jump, you spend hours and hours, training that landing, right? I mean, it's basically the equivalent of jumping off a 9 to 12 foot wall. So trying to land stiff-legged, or someone that isn't trained to do that off of, I don't know how tall that building is, but would probably sprain or break something. And
it is a 2-story drop. It's 20 feet.
You're kidding me, really?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Yeah. Anyway, putting those two things together, I don't know how anyone could explain that this is somebody that didn't have some level of military training, most likely probably sniper training, just the fact that the way he's cradling his weapon. And anyway, I figured I'd point that out.
I think now's a good time to watch the video. If you're over here in the space, you can just mute YouTube and still talk live with us. There's a little bit of a lag if you're over there as far as sound goes. So if you want to watch the video along with us, open the YouTube and then just mute it and keep the space going, and you can converse if you want to, if you're on stage or if you're in the listener section. That way you don't hear an echo, because there's a little bit lagged over there. Let me get my mug out of here. Make this full screen. And we'll watch this video. And we'll listen to Candace too, because she does describe some of it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So what you'll see is the shooter. And let me just say this. This is not what was described to us by Officer Hull. You know, the red coat, the British or foreign, UK, Australian, New Zealand, wherever he's from, has the blue-haired feminist haircut. This is the military maneuver that's described, right? The lateral maneuver that Mike just told you, he's a veteran, that all military in the United States learns within the first couple of weeks that they're there, right? They learn how to do these maneuvers. Very specific. He's keeping his knee dragged, so he has a knee to pivot on, right? And then he's using his free leg to maneuver around like a crab or a spider.
There he goes.
So I want to take note of what just happened there. You see that? It's a flash. He just waved something. It moves with his arm. Now, people are wondering, oh, well, maybe it's a vehicle that goes by. Well, we know that's not the case, and I'll show you why. In between the building right here and the road back here where vehicles are going by, there's a tree. This is a bush. So what he flashes is in between right there. See? The tree is behind it. Therefore, this square object that he's flashing is on the roof, and it moves with his arm. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an in-position signal. I would argue it is an in-position signal to the security team over there on the other side. There is two police officers or individuals who are stationed above Charlie Kirk in a crime scene taped off area. I've been there. I have seen it. I've been up there, right? I have eyewitness descriptions of what it is, right? Look how big, bright, and white this is. They were looking that direction. They were facing that direction. I want you to look. You can use it for scale. Look how big he is. Look how big that signal is. Okay? And it moves with his arm. It moves with his arm. See? Look, he pulls it out. He waves it. He tucks it back in. See how quick it was? That's his arm. That is a signal. 100%. He signaled somebody up here. Where around where where Charlie Kirk was. That's a signal. They are in trouble. They're in so much trouble. Because I know some other things. I know that the video that we're playing right now, well, I won't say anymore. Let me just say this, that this week, before this week is over with, heads are going to roll. They're so screwed, dude. It is crazy to have been watching them lying this whole time, knowing that they're lying, especially I would say over the last, since I went to Utah, watching them lying is been very, very revealing. Very, very revealing. You know, I don't know that, you know, Charlie's security team saw that signal. So I'm not saying that they were in on it. All I know is that there was people over there who were on the roof looking this way, people who were surrounding Charlie Kirk looking this direction. And I want you to look at how bright and big that signal is.
There it goes.
Let me find it again. Right
There he
there.
there he goes.
Let me just pause it. I want you to look how big is it. Look at that. Look at that. And if you think that you're going to be able to like, oh, this is you know, you're going to like make up some shit about how it's an artifact or how it's fake or whatever. I can assure you that more things are going to come out that are going to cement what we're observing here into the narrative irrefutably.
Diligent, what's your speculation on what that thing is?
Let me finish.
Okay.
So I'm not sure. We can't say, like, if I'm being objective here, I can't say I know who saw this, right? I can say that I know at this time because this whole video is synced and time stamped to the time that Charlie Kirk got shot, right? So every movement right here can be tracked down to the second, and the positions of the people who are facing this roof line are known down to the second. Who was looking where? Up top and down below. Right? So it's crazy that Candace is getting sued right now because they're screwed. They're screwed. They took the bait, right? She told you. People are like, why is she sitting on this? Why is she not doing this? Why is she doing that? You know, why is she slow dripping? She is allowing people enough rope to, you know, string themselves up. And they're doing it. They're doing it. We just watched a bunch of federal employees, SBI employees, a bunch of experts and agents and detectives and police officers testify under oath as to what they saw. And they're lying, provably lying. Officer Hull, particularly, because he's the one that described this scene. And not only that, TPUSA, Brian Harpole, right? He's made statements in his allegations against her in their lawsuit, right? He has made public statements during his interviews. All of that has to match up to the evidence. If she had come out with this months and months ago, they would have the opportunity to alter their stories and their narrative to fit the evidence. It's too late for that now. Their statements are cemented in history, and they can't change them. They're screwed, especially when the rest of it comes out. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Eddie, are you there? Okay. We're going to continue to go through this, and then we'll go to the hands. So there's the signal, okay, on this side of the bush. Nobody can say it is in the road. It moves with his hand. That is a signal. That's it. It moves with him. It's a signal. And then he continues his lateral crawl. And just watch. You can watch we'll just watch it. Here we go. Continues his lateral crawl over to.
And I actually do want to show you side by side so you can actually see a real military man do that alongside this person on the rooftop. Let's bring in that side by side clip. Here we go. That general action right there is known as a lateral crawl. There, and we're running that back and forth there. Okay. There we go. Something forward, and we can watch that again. Something forward.
So, what did he just flip out there? What is that? I want you to watch very carefully. They said that he had a rifle in 2 different pieces. This is what they told you. They swore this under oath, that the shooter had a rifle, disassembled Mauser 30-06 in his legs, in his pant legs, in his skinny jeans, and that is why he was hobbling. They told you that he assembled it using the screwdriver with Tyler Robinson's DNA on the roof. Then they told you that he left that screwdriver on the roof. Well, actually, first they told you that it was in the woods. And then they realized that they needed to tie Tyler Robinson to the roof. So magically, the screwdriver moved from the woods to the roof 5 days later. But now what are they going to do? Because now you don't have a shooter assembling anything. It unfolds.
Again, something forward.
Look how quick it was. Watch. See how fast it is? Boom. 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 It unfolds. Now, I don't know that that's a gun. I don't know what it is. I can tell you that it is not a disassembled 30-06 Mauser. I can tell you that with 1,000% certainty. I can tell you that he did not assemble it with a screwdriver.
Thing forward. Again.
Look at it slowed down.
But more importantly, then look. There you go. That's that unfolding again. And by the way, if you are listening to this in audio, this is one of these episodes that you actually do have to go watch. So you will have to pivot over to YouTube, to Spotify, somewhere that provides the video, because this is not something that we could just produce on an audio podcast here, unfortunately. But this is going to run. We did have to obviously zoom in and push out those fed timestamps, but see here, I have 10 more seconds here. Okay, he is up.
That was when Charlie Kirk was no
Anybody?
longer with us. Did you see a muzzle flash? Did you see a recoil? You didn't. I would argue that what we just witnessed is more akin to a folding AR platform. That the wound that we see, and now I am not disavowing any other mode or means of assassination here. I actually believe that they wanted to make sure that the job got done, and there was probably contingencies to ensure that that happened. Because you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to not have it go work, right? If you're going to do something of this level. So I would argue what we were observing, in my opinion, is a folding AR. Maybe not one of, our boys, but it's something similar at the very least. And I would argue that the wound is consistent with a smaller caliber 223, 556. I've heard a lot of different suggestions as to what they could be. And, anyways, that is definitely not a weapon that was, I mean, this is, you can see, they said it took 3 minutes to assemble the gun, right? I mean, look how long this takes.
And we can watch that again. Something forward.
Look at that.
Again.
Even
But
if he
more
was assembling it
importantly,
right now, okay, from the time he pulls it out,
There you go. That's that
is
unfolding
55,
again.
57 seconds. So let's see. He is positioning.
And by the way, if you are listening to this in audio, this is one of these episodes that you actually do have to go watch. So you will have to pivot over to YouTube, to Spotify, somewhere that provides the video, because this is not something that we could just produce on an audio podcast here, unfortunately. But this is going to run. We did have to obviously zoom in and push out those Fed timestamps, but see
Diligent.
here,
Just please don't.
I have 10 more seconds here.
Right there. So we have at 40. Okay. So at 57 seconds, he lays out the weapon. At 40 seconds, he has taken his shot and he is leaving.
10
See?
more seconds here.
So that is less than a minute. He did not assemble a 30-06 with a screwdriver in less than 60 seconds. That is done. Tyler Robinson did not commit this crime.
Diligent, why are you talking about?
You have
assembly
to.
or
Why are
disassembly?
you interrupting me?
Oh, I thought you stopped.
No, I'm not. I'll let you know when you can speak. So there is. They have a very big problem because that is not what they described in the courtroom. It's almost like they didn't know Candace had this evidence. Or was it Candace that had this evidence? What if it was a group of citizen journalists that were pitching in and sharing evidence with each other and sharing evidence with other people who weren't citizen journalists? And those people were sharing it with other people who weren't citizen journalists. And what if they didn't have any kind of electronic communications tracking them when they were sharing all of this evidence? What if it was all air gapped? What if it all had a kill switch? Damn. That would really suck if you were trying to pull off a high level assassination and cover up. That would be really horrible. That would be really shitty to have to deal with. Not knowing who had what anywhere or any way of tracking it whatsoever. Damn, that would suck. How big is it? How many people? How much evidence? Who all is implicated? It's going to be a very, very interesting week, everybody. Go ahead, Lune, and then we will go to Mitch.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Well, for one, like you said, no changing. They don't. I mean, that alone, they testified that he changed on top of the roof. Didn't isn't that something that the police officer also mentioned on the roof?
Correct.
And then so that alone just blows their whole story. But I was gonna ask you, when you had paused it and you'd shown that angle of the man laying on his belly right before he took the shot and then got up and ran, or quote unquote took the shot. If you can somehow do a side by side for the other video that Candace had gotten given to her, that remember the man that she had spoken to, who had seen the guy in tactical gear. I think, to be honest, I think that would have been the same time where he had seen the guy on his belly. It just looked like that to me from that angle.
Wait, what?
So the video that Candace got a while ago, and from the man who claimed that he had never gotten questioned by the FBI, of someone in tactical gear on the roof. Remember, you could see him kind of crawling on his belly a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like the same angle as this video that you're showing right now, right before he took the shot. So
I
was
mean,
just
this
wondering
is
if you
this
could do a
shows
side by
the this
side.
is not the same angle.
It's not okay.
No, this is from the camera that we've been seeing everything on.
No. I know it's not the same angle. What I'm saying is he would have a different angle from a different view because he was on the ground. So all I'm saying is, to me, it looks like the same person that he had said he saw in the black tactical gear.
It is the same person.
Do you know? Okay, that's what I'm saying. So
There's
if you
no
do
way
a
it could
side
not
by
be the same
side,
person.
if you do a side by side with that video along with this video, I feel like it should give a clearer view to other people. Like, look at this. Look at the comparison. Same person.
Yeah, I mean it's irrefutable, anyways, because
Right.
they're both right before Charlie Kirk got shot, right? Like, okay, Mitch.
So why are we having a discussion about assembly or not assembly? The testimony was that he carried it down his bike pant, and there is no
Because
I'm sorry. Why are you
Let
talking?
him
because of
finish.
the
I'm
Let
having
him
a
finish. Let him
conversation with
finish.
Diligent, not with you. The
you don't have to
testimony.
be nasty.
Interrupting someone is nasty to begin with
Just
here.
say what you got to say. I will moderate the space.
Thank you so much. The testimony is from Hull that he carried it down his pant leg. I believe it was a modified Mauser with a shorter barrel and a shorter stock. The exact length, I don't know exactly, but a standard one I think is 40 inches. It's not that hard to carry that down a pant leg, and that pretty is clear. You could sort of see the outline of something down his pant leg. So there was no assembly on the roof.
That's not what the officer
to.
testified.
No, he actually testified there was no assembly on the roof.
That's not what he testified.
Go to the transcript.
They testified that he used the screwdriver to assemble it on the roof.
Not to assemble the rifle, maybe to put on the scope, but it doesn't talk about separating
Either way, he
rifle
doesn't
from
assemble the scope either.
not talking about assembling the rifle in the way that you're discussing it.
There's only one way you assemble the rifle.
No, you could add putting on a stock as part of the assembly. There's no testimony.
You either assemble it on the roof or you do not.
There's no testimony at all that the barrel was separated from the stock. There's no testimony to
there
that.
was assembling with a screwdriver. That's why they said the screwdriver was on the roof. I don't care what he used the screwdriver for. He didn't use the screwdriver in this video. What is your argument?
There is no testimony of assembly on the roof. Find me with the transcript. I'm looking in the transcript right now.
Goodness.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Let's humor him.
Just read it.
Let's humor him.
Let's read it.
Let's humor him. Okay? We can all humor Mitch. Fine. I'll look it up. Now that's why it wasn't
day
working.
1 or day 2? I just don't remember.
Hush, bro. Hush. I'm doing you a favor.
Oh, I appreciate your favors.
Okay. Grok, did anyone testify in the Tyler Robinson preliminary hearing that the murder weapon was assembled on the roof to any degree? If so, what?
Hold. Conducting audit for high-profile incident.
Do a web search.
Do what?
Bro, why isn't she looking? Grok, answer my question.
I'm on it. No one testified that the murder weapon was assembled on the roof. The Mauser Model 98.30-06 was recovered from nearby woods, not the roof.
What was the testimony on the screwdriver then?
It just sorry.
Okay, so for the screwdriver, former UVU officer Christopher Bagley testified he found a red and black screwdriver on the Losi Center roof near the sniper perch while securing the scene after the shooting. Sergeant Jennifer Fulmuina confirmed it was collected from the rooftop. FBI DNA analyst Amanda Backer testified the screwdriver had a mixed DNA profile with very strong support for Robinson as the major contributor, about 89%, and Lance Twiggs as the minor contributor, about 11%. The defense cross-examined Backer on mixture interpretation and degradation.
Grok.
No testimony.
Grok, is there... Wait. Look at the transcripts for the testimony of the shooter's movements on the roof. Is there a crawl mentioned once?
Yes, the crawl is mentioned. Investigator David Hull testified that surveillance footage showed a person, identified as Robinson, running across the Losi Center rooftop and then crawling to the corner around
Did he
12:22.
describe a military crawl?
No, investigator David Hull did not describe a military crawl. He testified the individual ran across the Losi Center rooftop to the southwest corner, crouched down, and then crawled to the corner before lying prone.
Ran to the corner, ran across, ran to the corner, then crouched down, then laid prone. Was a military. I want you to scan Diligent Denizens pin post, examine the maneuver, and tell me if that maneuver, that military lateral crawl, is described ever in any of the presented evidence or testimony in the Tyler Robinson case thus far.
I'll pull the latest from Diligent Denizens.
Do a web
pinned
search,
post.
then answer.
Pulling the latest web data now. Hold. Conducting audit. The military lateral crawl is not described in any presented evidence or testimony in the Tyler Robinson case.
If you want, I can read from the transcript directly.
I mean, I don't. Did you get it printed out? Or you? No, bro. They got Mitch. They got Mitch a printout with bullet points.
Just Google
ready
search
to go.
Tyler
I mean,
Robinson
it's been
preliminary
1 hour.
Like, this doesn't take. And like, search the word crawl. This isn't like some genius printing whatever.
Go
I'll
ahead.
read it.
Go ahead and read it.
Agent Hall, 1 hour 56.06. I, from the observation, would show that he's carrying an object in his hand that's concealed or in a bag, and it is long and has the appearance, based on my training and experience, it could be a firearm. Mrs. Nestor. But do you see a gun anywhere? The actual gun? Agent Hull. In the video? Miss Nestor. Yeah. Agent Hull. No. Miss Nestor. All right. And did anybody that was driving on Campus Drive that day report to you, other investigating?
Will you just read the relevant part?
Okay, so 1 second. If you would like to, at home. So I'll just read Ms. Nestor's question. Okay, when you were revealing the timeline, exactly how long was there between when the person was prone on the roof and when the shot was taken? Do you recall, Agent Hull? If you would like to replay the video, I can time it for you, but I don't recall. It was my guess, I would estimate between 15 and 30 seconds, Miss Nestor. So between 15 and 30 seconds to lay flat, take a shot, get up, and run off, right? I think, Agent Hull, I think you asked how long he was prone. Miss Nestor, right. I think it took longer for him to crawl into position. Miss Nestor, okay. Agent Hull, and then establish a position and then take the shot. He appeared to be in a prone for approximately 15 to 30 seconds, but the video would verify that. Miss Nestor, okay, thank you.
I can explain where the screwdriver came from, where that idea came from.
The only point I'm making, there is no testimony that he assembled anything on the roof.
Okay, so
and the screwdriver
early on.
1 second, Lene, let me just finish my sentence. You could say whatever you want. There's very good reason that maybe he used the screwdriver to tighten something on it, but there is no video that you see him tightening anything. What the screwdriver was used for, there is no testimony.
Because
what
you're
was
speculating, I'm going to tell you where it came from. Where
I'm
it came
not
from was
speculating.
during.
There's
yes,
no testimony.
you
what he
said
used
what it would
Excuse
have
me,
been
I'm
used for.
not-
You're speculating.
Hey,
Shut up.
Mitch,
Anyways,
Mitch,
you're not the only one up here. You can let her push back.
Okay, but if you don't want to
Mute up.
quiet,
Mute
please.
up. Mute up.
Mute up.
All right, there's no testimony to what she just said.
So where the assembling of the screwdriver came from, it came from. There was a conversation on the news, and they were talking about that there was a screwdriver left on the roof, and the FBI
It was
said
Cash
that
Patel.
it could have been used. Yeah, exactly. It could have been used to assemble and reassemble the firearm.
So that's the speculation. That's not the testimony, though.
Correct.
Either way,
It
was
doesn't
said
matter.
that that's what the screwdriver.
It doesn't
was
matter.
for.
The shooter took 50 seconds prone, right? He didn't take 15 seconds. He took 50 seconds prone, but it still does not explain the weapon unfolding, right? You have to explain how that weapon unfolded like that.
I don't see any unfolding. It's a
It
very
also
blurry
doesn't
video, but I don't see any unfolding.
You would have seen him pull the weapon from his pants or pull his pants down or something like that.
They're gonna they're gonna do this.
Harvey Hall said in the very beginning that like one of the fold ARs went missing and then it was just kind of done from there. I don't know what happened.
We
I
don't
followed
know.
up. And then the
We don't know
next
that it
thing
is
I want
a.
to tell is Kathy Nestor, his defense attorney, was selected by the Utah Commission to be the public representative. Apparently that's how they do it. Utah County Commission that manages the budget, governs county operations, oversees public services, and collaborates with state and local entities for effective governance. That's how she was selected like defendant. She was also in May Corey Richens' defense attorney, who Baron Coleman, don't be a wife in Utah right now. Kathy Nestor was Corey Richens' defense attorney. I am a trial watcher. I do this like just for fun. That's a hobby, but I watch a ton of them. I've never seen it before in my life. She actually, when it got to her defense, the prosecution rested. It came to the defense, and they rested with no argument. They didn't bring up one person to testify.
They didn't cross-examine either of the key witnesses.
They got to cross-examine. So when the prosecution called witnesses, they were able to cross-examine.
Yeah, but they declined. They declined on 2 opportunities.
Right. But I'm just saying, but they declined totally. Once the prosecution rested for Corey Richens, you would expect they had like a whole nother week blocked out for it. And
they had the rest of the day at the very least.
Oh, well, they like a whole nother 5 days because they thought they had their own set. It was like kind of, they were going to bring a bunch of people in or whatever. Corey Richens was guilty. I don't know at what point, but usually
you're talking about Corey Richens. You're not talking about Charlie Kirk.
Corey Richens, correct. I've never seen, and that was in May. That's the most recent one. That Kathy Nestor was the defense attorney, and she rested the case without anything. So once the prosecution rested, they called the defense, and the defense came up. Everyone was just waiting, like, okay. And then she just said, nope, we don't have to prove anything, and rested the case, and that was it. And she was guilty, whatever. But I just want everyone to know that Corey Richens' defense attorney was Kathy Nestor. Kathy Nestor is Tyler Robinson's defense.
She's a public pretender.
Attorney.
She's a public pretender.
Alleging that she's incompetent?
If you're
or
worried
part of
about this guy being set up, and if she's part of it, she was nominated because she's a public defender, apparently by the Utah County Commission. That's her to be the public attorney.
So what's her motivation to be part of a conspiracy? Does she have some?
What's anybody? The whole thing of Utah. I don't know. I just wanted
so
to say that. And then I'm
hundreds of
out.
people.
She's bringing up a fact and letting people decide. How about that, Mitch? Go ahead, Joa.
Yeah, I just want you to know.
Do you know how many people are?
Let's go to Joa. Thank you. Let's go to Joa. Mitch, it's Joa's turn to speak. Thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, Diligent. Look, the video. I think it does look like he has tactical gear on. There's other videos of students who said that there was someone on the roof with tactical gear on. I think he does signal someone. I do see that. So he's not alone, whoever the shooter is. But the unfolding, if you look at the video closely, I don't think it's an unfolding. I think it's him stretching out the towel, because when he gets up, he reaches back down and he grabs it and that thing flops, right? So I think that's the towel. I think he rested his elbows on the towel in order to take the shot. And that was him.
So where did the gun come from if it was disassembled?
Yeah, definitely not his pants.
Yeah, you didn't see it pull out of his pants.
No.
You also probably would have saw his hiney too.
Yeah, it definitely didn't come out of his pants, so I don't know. But I think that unfolding, if you look when he gets up, it looks like he picks up a towel.
There he goes.
And if that's where he picks up, then
And
that's
I actually do
what he
want to
was
show
stretching
you
out.
side
Well,
by
you don't know if the gun was in the towel. That's the thing. Whether there
That's
was a
true,
towel
too.
being unfolded, if the towel was being unfolded and the gun was also an unfoldable, it could have happened at the same time.
That's true. That's true.
Just
But
speculating.
if you look at it again, Diligent, when he gets up, you'll see it looks like he's picking up
So
the towel.
there are a couple of things that we can draw from this conclusively. One, this person is trained. He's doing a military trained maneuver. It's a lateral crawl. One. Two, he signals somebody when he gets into position. Okay? That's two. That means he's not alone. Three is that he did not take the 120 seconds necessary to put a 30-06 Mauser back together on that roof and take a shot. Those are 3 things that we can say definitively. So let's watch the shot again because I want to try to see if you think it's a towel.
He also didn't change on the roof too.
Let me keep right there. It happened so quick. You say it's a towel, but if you look, it flops out and it looks heavy. It rests. It doesn't catch air like a towel would when you throw a towel out. The towel would not go in a straight line. It would not fall flat, heavy at the same time, all even, right? It would like roll. It doesn't do that. Watch.
I have to agree with Joe. It looks exactly like a towel to me.
Flop.
I have to agree on this one.
No, it's stiff. Look. The reason why the reason why it's not just a towel. It might have something in it. There might be a towel in there, but if you watch the far edge of it right here, okay, when he flops it out, the far edge remains erect. I know that's sorry, but it's stiff. It's stiff, right? It is not flimsy like a towel, like fabric is. Watch right here. I'll do it frame by frame. Boom.
Lene might be right that the gun could have been in the towel.
Well, you don't know that that's a towel. Like you're.
But look when he picks it up, it looks like a towel.
Okay, we'll go look at it when he picks it up.
It looks like he's holding a folded towel and throws it out one end. That's exactly what it looks like.
No, it's not a towel.
I mean, it so looks like a towel.
You can't tell what it is.
I don't even know why you're saying this.
And trust me, the last thing I want to do is give Mitch argument points.
I didn't even make the argument. It's your argument.
You cannot say what it
totally
is.
Looks like it.
You can say it looks like a towel, but you don't know what it is.
Well, hey, Diligent, I'll just add one thing.
It could be a boa constrictor snake. I mean, but yeah.
We're going to go to Eddie now.
Yeah, we're
going to go to Eddie now.
I heard him call me earlier, but I was watching the video with you along, so I wanted to get the evidence. Now, but what we're missing here is you're not showing the full clip. If you look at the full clip where he's running across the Losi Center, you can see him holding something in his hands, and it's wrapped in a towel.
Okay, here we go.
And then
here we go. So he's gonna get up, and we'll watch the rest of it. Let's watch him get up and see what happens. I'll do it slow. I can't tell what that is. I think you're crazy to think you can. It looks like a bag to me, to be honest with you, like a floppy.
But it's so blurry,
it looks like a floppy rifle bag, a soft rifle bag. And that would make sense because they have straps. So hold on. That's what it looks like to me. That's exactly what it looks like to me. It's black. Everything he has is black. The towel
was black. The towel was black.
The towel was. Hold on. Look at that. That's not a towel. Look at the curve. That is a rifle case. That is a soft rifle bag to me. Look at it. See that?
Well, everybody else sees a towel so far.
Well, I don't care what everybody else sees. I know at the end of a soft rifle case, and it does exactly that. It's tapered at the end, right? It's fatter in the middle where the scope sits, right? And then it's level at the other end. The barrel end, right? It is narrower. Look at the curve of that. That looks like a rifle case. It's exactly what it looks like. Hold on, bro. Why are you talking over me?
That is not a towel.
Why are you talking over me right now?
I'm sorry.
All right, so
I got it.
Anyways, you can see, look, see how the top of it is flat like a rifle case would be? You see how the other end of it is tapered like a soft rifle case is? I will pull it up if you don't believe me. Let me do that. I can do that. Okay. Soft rifle case. Right there. That is what it looks like. Maybe not exactly that. This looks a little narrower, but you see how they're shaped? They're tapered on one end. They're flat on the top. They're rounder right here because this is where the stock is angled. This is where your scope sits, so it has to be wider, right? Look at this. It's exactly what it looks like. Looks like a rifle case. Looks like a black rifle case. It's exactly what that looks like. Look at the big strap. He can run across the roof with it. He can jump off the roof with it. When he jumps down and it flops, you can see it. You know, Baron and I were watching the video together and trying to determine what happens after he jumps down. I would argue what we're observing is a rifle case. I'm almost sure of it now that I've seen this angle. Look, see, flat on the top, curved and tapered on the other side, just like a rifle case. And you could also use the rifle case to sit on when you got down here, right? He's using the rifle case to put his elbows on, and as part of his perch, flops out the rifle case. Look how long and narrow it is. And the rifle case is stiff like what I'm describing, so it wouldn't flop like a towel would. It would be stiff, and it would, the end of it would, oh, you guys can't see me because I'm not on camera, but like the end of your arm. If you hold your arm straight up, right, and then you just bend your elbow down at a 45 or at a 90, that's what that case does. That's a rifle case. I would bet money on it. That is not a towel. That is a rifle case getting flopped out. And it looks like a rifle case when he gets up. 100%. And then when he leaves and when he runs, watch. Look, it still looks like a rifle case on the ground as he's getting up. Right? And then he picks it up. And then he's in the shadows, so you can't see it. But as soon as you see it again, right there, yeah, that is not a towel. That is a rifle case. And I would argue what he's doing is he is stuffing it back in that case as he's running to go get off the roof.
Okay, just a
That's
question.
exactly what it looks like. Look, he slides it in there. How quick? Look how quick. That's where he does it. He has to have it. He has to have it open. The whole thing's a rifle case. If you look at them, the whole back of them zipped open, right? They split all the way. See how that is? They split all the way open. Why is this not full screen?
You're the only one who sees a rifle case. We see towels.
I don't really care.
No, I see a rifle case.
Yeah, I don't really care. I don't really care. I don't. Yeah,
Not a towel.
Yeah, mute up. So the way these rifle cases work is they zip all the way open. So what he does is he gets up there, he flops out the rifle, right? He unzips the case. He might have already unzipped the case. He uses the rifle case as his padding for his perch. He takes his shot. If he takes a shot, okay, we'll just for argument's sake, we'll say that he does. I think he does, to be honest with you. And then he gets back up, and as he's running, the rifle case is open. He's got the gun in one hand. He's got the rifle case in the other hand, right? And what he's doing right here is stuffing it. He has to have the rifle case won't take the gun unless it is fully uncompressed. It has to be open, and it has to be open enough where the gun can slide down inside of it. You can't have a bent rifle case and put the gun back in it. So what he's doing as he's running, he is opening the rifle case to a full length right there and stuffing the gun back into it. The rifle case will conform to the shape of the rifle after he puts it in there, and then all he has to do is zip it up part way. And I think that you actually see him do that right before he climbs off the roof. You can see he's fiddling with something over there on the corner of the roof. I would say that I would argue he is securing the weapon back in the rifle case before he makes the jump. And yeah, right there, you can see he does it this is somebody who is trained. He is quick. He puts it back in there fucking fast. Look how quick he puts it back in there. Boom, right there. And then he keeps on running. That's quick.
And Diligent, that case is a soft case, right?
Yeah. It's
because the case we saw in the woods was a hard case, not a soft case.
Well, the case
Right.
that we
was a
saw,
box from the
the
FBI
case
that
that we
was
saw
not
in the
part of it.
woods is a evidence box. It's not a case.
Yeah, it's-
But there was no
Ah,
case.
okay.
But there was no case described in the evidence exhibit for the woods.
So
Hey,
maybe
Dylan.
you're wrong, and maybe it's a towel, and you just think it's a case.
Go ahead, Eddie.
That's
Or
Before
maybe
we
he's
go,
not a Jew and he's not falling for the Jew narrative.
Hey,
Mitch.
I'm on YouTube, so can you not do
Sorry.
that? Thanks.
well,
it's
before
the
we move,
Jews, of course.
before we move further, are you working off the video that's pinned on your timeline?
I am.
Okay, well, you're working off an edited version. There's one that shows him running before that. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Well, there's no version that's publicly available that shows what we're watching.
Well, I'm watching one on Project Constitution that shows before where you start him running with something in his hands that something's covering it, man.
So he
That's
probably
all I'm
just snipped
saying.
it from Candace's video that she revealed today.
It's a clip. When I clipped this really fast so I could post it really fast, and I didn't get the part where he's running up there.
Well, that's a key part, man, because it kind of
Okay.
He
shows.
watched the whole thing though.
But that's fine. We can go to Project Constitution page. Okay. We can do that.
What are your thoughts, Eddie?
My thoughts, if you watch what he's going to, Project Constitution's clip there.
Okay, so I want you to watch.
It shows him holding something in both hands.
I want you to.
running.
It doesn't mean that it's. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to watch. I'm gonna go through it slowly. You can't see what it is. He's holding it in front of him. Yeah, you can't see what it is. You can just see he's holding something. Looks like a bag.
Yeah, it doesn't look. You can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what it is.
You can just see that he's
I
holding
mean,
It
something.
looks like he slipped a book bag off from his back. To be honest.
Yeah.
It's not a book bag.
Some kind of bag. I don't know.
It's not a book
definitely-
bag. It's not a book bag.
Oh, right there. It looks like a rifle bag, like you were mentioning, Diligent. That angle right there.
This is the
One
same.
thing's for certain, with a rifle case,
This is the same video we watched. This is the same.
he wouldn't have needed Diligent if he had the rifle case and the rifle in it. He wouldn't needed to have assembled a rifle.
Look how it flops out. A towel does not flop out like that. All stiff.
No, it's a rifle case.
So true.
That's
So
a
right.
risk.
Exactly what you're saying.
A towel does not flop out like that heavy. Okay, a rifle case flops out like that heavy. I will go fucking buy
That
one.
was so quick.
Yeah, I will go buy one and show you exactly what it looks like when a rifle case falls. I might not have to. I'm traveling.
We're now going to get into a towel reconstruction.
Yeah,
video.
Joa, what kind of
Recreation
towel
of a
flops
towel
out
flop?
like that? You're so right.
Well, that's
It
your
has-
theory.
No,
It has
I'm saying,
edges.
look, it's not it wasn't a gun though, which was my point. I thought maybe a towel, but the rifle case makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a rifle
It actually
case.
does make a lot of sense.
When that thing hits the roof, it almost like bounces off of it, just like a case when a case opens up.
A professional would not use a towel. They would have all the gear necessary to do the job properly, which this guy clearly does. My question to you,
Diligent, you
Diligent,
got a
Here he
point,
do you,
man.
do you think
And
this
I actually do
guy
wanna show you,
actually
side
got
by
the
side
shot
so you can
fired
actually
off
see
or
real
something
military
else
man do
happened
that.
and then he left? Do you think this guy actually fired the kill shot? That's what I'm questioning.
I have no idea. You don't see
What I can say.
You
what I
don't.
can
You don't
give
see
my
if you
opinion
can.
on is
Let me finish talking, please. We don't see him. We don't see a muzzle flare. We have no evidence that a shot occurred from here in this corner. There is no muzzle flash. There is no.
wouldn't see that
There
during
is
the
no.
day,
Mitch, mute your
Diligent,
mic.
you wouldn't see a
Stop
muzzle flash
talking
in the
over
daytime.
me, bro. You would see a muzzle flash. You would see a recoil from a 30-06. Period. There's no suppressor, right? A suppressor is a mute your mic, Amber. A suppressor catches the gas and it limits the amount of combustion effects at the end of a rifle. It limits the noise. It limits the muzzle flash, makes it a lot more obscure. It also increases the velocity and the accuracy and the rate of fire for the weapon. A lot of people don't know that suppressors not only limit the observation of the effects and make it easier on the firer, but it also increases the energy that the weapon gets because it limits the expulsion of gases as the weapon fires. So, and shout out to my family
But
who
we
love this
we
shit.
don't know there's not a suppressor though. Diligent, right?
There's no
Like, we don't
suppressor
know that there's
on
not a
the
suppressor.
30-06. We do know that.
No, on the 30-06 there's not, but on whoever's on the roof, that gun,
I
we don't even know the
would
gun, so
almost
we don't even know if
guarantee
there's
that
a
this
suppressor.
gun is suppressed.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's why we see no muzzle
From the
flash.
description of the firearms, from the shot that we have from all of the various witnesses, it sounded like a log snapping in the woods, sounded like a firecracker, sounded like a loud pop, right? A rifle has a loud crack. It almost sounds like a thunder,
No,
like
it sounds like a boom.
it almost sounds like a crack of thunder, though. It rolls, right? It has a loud decibel that carries. And what we observe from the witness testimony that I have interviewed myself at UVU, and what we see in the sworn statements given by them is that it is not a loud rifle sound. I would argue, and I don't know, right? There's a very good chance that this is a suppressed weapon, but we know that Tyler Robinson's Mauser is not. We know that it is not. There should be some observable effect from this gun, either recoil or rifle flare, or I'm sorry, muzzle flare, muzzle flash, something, and we have nothing. Nothing. Go ahead, H.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, listen, I've grown up around 30-06s my entire life. I own one, right? I've given it to my son to hunt with now. But I've grown up around 7MMs, 300 Win Mags, every type of hunting rifle you can think. And no, there is no rifle that body is going to jolt when you shoot. That I don't care if that is not a 30-06 on that roof. I'll tell you that right now. Secondly, I've watched the video, the recordings of the video. It's a crack, and that's when I kind of knew this was all bullshit, because a 30-06 is a boom. A big hunting rifle, a 300 Win Mag, a 270, a 308. It doesn't matter, right? 6.5, PRCs, 7 PRCs. It doesn't matter. They're all huge booms. They're huge caliber guns. This is a crack. And you can tell that there is no, and you're right, Tyler Robinson does not have a muzzle brake on there on his rifle. He does not have a suppressor on there. So you know that, like, if that's supposed to be a 30-06 on that roof, that's going to rock that guy's body backwards. You're going to see that gun move. You're going to see the body move. There's no other way around it, right? And so the fact that you don't see that, like, it absolutely destroys the case. It absolutely destroys it. That was the 30-06 and that was the shot. There's just no other way around it.
Yeah, they're screwed. Go ahead, format, and then we'll go to Noah.
Hey, yeah, so I think it's a sophisticated operation, and most likely for signaling, they would use a headpiece. As far as that flash goes, I don't know what to make of it. I think it could be a signal. I think it could also be a car driving by. Now, I know it doesn't look like the road is in the right place, but someone in the pill, someone named Shady, just dropped a comment where they analyze a car passing by in the distance, and you can see that it's making those flashes. And in fact, the timing, like if you go a little bit before he lays down, right up to the flash, if you take a look to the right, you'll see a car that moves and it makes those exact type of flashes. So I think that might be the timing, just being real lucky there, because it does look suspicious. It does look like he moves his arm and that he pulls something. Why would they use some kind of a old school flash when they can just use a headpiece? So an earpiece. And so Yeah, I'd recommend
mean-
either take a look
I
at the
mean-
video
I mean,
she
there
posted,
is-
or just take a look.
There
Go
is
ahead.
a visible tree line right here in between the individual and the road.
Mhm.
Okay, I want you to look at the size of the flash and the tree behind him. Okay.
Now,
The
consider
look,
that.
look. I want you to look here. If you don't believe it, look. There's a roof line in between the tree and the road. In the shooter, forget the road. Just look at the roof line.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a obstruction between the line of sight and the roof line and the tree. Okay. Watch. There it is. Look, the corner of it is below the roof line. Below the roof line.
Shit.
Look,
Oh, dude,
it is.
I wish I could see the video right now. I'm
It
on
is
Android,
okay. Well,
but,
there. Hold on, mute up because our listeners on YouTube can see. Okay, I want everybody to see. It is obscuring the roof line. Look at see this line right here that's unbroken. It's unbroken there. It's unbroken there. There's a shadow that breaks it there. You can follow the line all the way down, except for where the object is obscuring it. Right? It is on the roof.
yeah, so I was thinking there's one way to check that to see if a car could be passing by in front of that tree after he gets up and leaves.
There's nothing.
After he gets up and leaves. Okay?
There's no way. There's no way a car can be passing in front of the tree. The tree is in the air. The roof is in the air. The cars are way back here. This is. You have to remember. The cars are on the ground. They're 20
Listen,
or 30
I think
feet.
you're right, but
Can you
there's
stop
one way to
interrupting
check
me?
it, right?
Can you stop interrupting me?
My bad.
There's 20 or 30 feet there. I mean, like look. I want you to look. Okay, there's a tree in between the road and the cars. Okay, not only is there, just look at this tree. See the tree? The tree is in the air. The tree's not on the ground. Okay, it is flush or a little bit taller than the roof
You
line.
can't see it, Diligent, because your video, or you are in front of the video that you're trying to show.
Oh, my bad. I just put it up there. My bad, everybody. My bad. I'm still getting used to YouTube. Thank you. Okay. Seriously thinks we see it in the head of the center. Hey, at least it's a good looking head. All right. So, look. All right, everybody. You see this straight edge? You have a line. This is a reference point. Okay? Mute your mic format. You got some stuff going on. This is a reference point. You have a straight line that's your reference point. Okay? The shooter, as you can see, is some distance behind the straight line. You can see in front of the straight line that there is a tree. And down over here, where my pointer is the road. Now, everything is at a slant, right? The roof is at a little bit of a pitch. The tree is at a little bit of a lower pitch than the top part of the roof. It's a flat roof, but it's at a little bit of a pitch. And the road is way lower, right? So as you can see, I want you to watch the roof line. If this is a reflection, you will see it above the roof line, not in front of the roof line. If it is a reflection, you will see it behind, shining through the tree. Okay? I want you to watch the roof line particularly right here. You see it? Right there. What happens to the roof line? What happens to the roof line? Why can't you see the straight edge of the roof line behind this object? The reason why is because the object breaks the line of sight between the camera and the roof line. The same thing happens here. There's an object obstructing the camera and the roof line. That's what's happening here. There is an object between the camera and the roof line. 100%.
I think you're right. There's one way to follow up on this after. Like after he gets up and leaves, or like after he lays down, I think there's another car that passes by there, and I haven't had enough time. Like the video just came out today, I haven't had enough time to like properly analyze it. But if you keep playing it, take a look and see if one of the cars driving by in the distance obscures that tree. Because I think, yeah, if the tree should obscure any reflection from a car window, then you should be right, and that should be something that he pulled out. But it might be that that tree is somehow not going to obstruct some cars passing in some lane.
There's no
Diligent.
there's no other occurrence where that you see a tree break the roof line.
Go back a few seconds, Diligent. In the Project Constitution video, you will see this flash going along the road 3 seconds before. It's the windshield of a car driving down the road, literally. Just rewind it. Anybody will see this.
Why do you speak indefinites? You have no idea what it is.
Because I just watched it and you could see it driving
Do you
down
see
the
the
road.
car?
Yeah, I agree.
It's literally there. Everybody can watch this. This is not even arguable. It like moves in.
Look, nobody is arguing that there isn't glare on windshields or mirrors.
What you're calling a signal is
Okay,
literally
so I
the
would
flash of a windshield driving
we
down
should
the
be
road.
able to see, right? If we're gonna go with that narrative, there should be a car window or a glare that breaks the tree line and breaks the corner or the edge of the roof, right? During this video. So I just went to Project Constitutions. We're going to watch it together. Okay. Let me know when you see it. I'll let everybody catch up. Okay. When we're all ready to go on YouTube, let me know. I'll go because you guys are lagged. And we'll go from there. You guys ready? Oh, and like the channel, you guys. Like it. Like it. Share it. Repost it. Turn notifications on for me over there. Trying to get on YouTube. I'm being censored on X ever since I broke the Penguin story. But I think that it's not going to matter here really, really soon. Really, really soon. But show some love, you guys. Thank you so much. So, here goes the video. Bro, why are you talking?
I'm telling you the time frame.
I don't need you to. We're playing the whole video.
Okay, have fun.
Okay. So, what? Pay for attention for a flash. Anything that is similar to what we see. Don't watch the shooter.
On to the rooftop.
Watch the road.
What we know definitively is he gets down into what is known as a lateral military crawl. He begins that crawl.
So I've seen two flashes. There's one there. And there's another one in the same spot from one vehicle. It does not break. It's in the tree line. You can see it. There is a hole in the tree line right here where you can see the road. And that's where you see the reflection. Right here in this hole. It is not near the tree line where the trees are obstructing the road. Actually, this proves
from the top.
This proves that the line of sight for the road is way up here, higher than the tree line. Okay? Let me do it again. I want you to watch where the cars are and where you see the flash. Right there. Okay? That is, what is that? What that is? That is the sun bouncing off of a windshield or some reflective part of a car, and it is hitting the camera. That's what you're seeing. There's a line of sight between the car and the camera, right? I want you to see how elevated it is. Here is the tree line. This is the tree line. Okay. There's the tree line. Okay. Up here, there's a hole in the tree line that allows light through. And here is the roof line. I just want you to see how far, look at the straight line. How far above is that flash? It's nowhere near the roof line. Now let's see where we see the next one. Oh, there's another one in the tree line. I'm just being objective. Do you see the hole in the tree line where you can see the road? Okay. That's lower. Maybe it is there. It could be. That could be a flash. I guess it is lower there.
So what does this flash prove?
Who are you,
It
bro?
proves that a car
It
drove
proves
down the
something
road.
to Mitch.
It
Yeah.
proves that a car drove down the road.
It doesn't mean that a car drove down the road. You don't know what that
Man,
is. It
do you
means
I mean, does this
I'm
flash mean that
acknowledging
Tyler Robinson didn't kill Charlie? I'm just confused.
I mean, is Tyler
According to
Robinson
Mitch, it does.
is Tyler Robinson a soldier? Has he been trained to do the lateral crawl?
Crawling is like
You
a
could watch that
military-
shit up on
It's
YouTube.
called a lateral crawl. Is he trained?
I've never served a day in the military.
You
I don't
could
know how to
watch it
crawl.
on YouTube, right? Did he watch
requires
it on
military
YouTube?
Training to know how to crawl, diligent.
Did he assemble a 30-06 in 40 seconds? Josh?
So diligent. If you go to the,
I'm asking Josh a question, Mitch.
Oh, I was going to tell you where.
I'm asking
Did he
Josh
watch?
a question. Yeah. Did he assemble a 30-06 in 40 seconds?
Maybe. We don't know.
I know that he didn't. I know that he didn't. The trained professionals could only do it in 120 seconds.
But diligent, if you go to the Constitution video where he's running,
I'm on the Constitution video, bro.
Yeah. Let me just point out what I'm trying to tell you. You could see he's carrying in the low ready. He's coming across, and then he jumps over what's some lip between one part of the roof and the other, and you'll see the barrel of the gun on his left side stick out, like he's carrying it with the stock in his right hand and the barrel in his left hand, but in the low ready position. And then when he jumps, it sticks out. You could see the barrel stick out of the side. So it is already assembled before he even started to move through this video.
We have no idea.
Because somebody assembled it for him before he came there.
You have no idea what that is.
It was never disassembled. He literally stuck
Mitch,
it
exactly.
Where did he pull the
You're
gun
right.
from? Where did he pull the gun from? Did he pull it from his pants?
Yes, he pulled it.
Where do you
from
see
his
that on the
pants.
video?
Wait a second. So let's just say I want to go with Mitch's narrative for a minute. Let's say that this is the it's a very skinny gun. It looks more like a flagpole.
Well, it's a very blurry video too.
I mean, it's just like Lee Harvey Oswald hit a gun in a paper bag.
Okay, I don't know who you are, bro.
Depository.
I don't know who you are, but you don't talk over the host. All right, you're going down. So, let's just say that this is a gun. Let's go with Mitch's narrative. Did he just pull this? Are you going to talk over me now? Because you're going to go down next. I'm getting tired of it.
I didn't say a word. I didn't say a
Mute your microphone then. So let's just say that this is a gun with Mitch's narrative. Mitch just claimed that. Are you claiming? I'm going to ask you. I want clarification. I keep trying to bring people up. They're dropping you down. I don't know what's going on. I keep trying to bring you up. Are you saying that he just pulled this from his pants while he was running, Mitch?
No.
Where did it come from?
I'm saying that he took it out of his pants prior to the video that we have here and was carrying it in the low ready position. You know what the low ready position means? Where
Wait,
running with the rifle.
Wait. You can see when he's closer to the camera, he is not running with the rifle out. Look.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Can I give you the second point?
Look,
in the video?
Okay, so I'll pause it right here. I'll pause it right here. I'll pause it right here. Okay, there is a object protruding from the back. That gun, that rifle, is 40 inches long. There is no way, and this is close, there's no way this is a fully assembled rifle that is lateral, that is horizontal as he's running, right? So I agree with you that he can run with it in the ready position, but right? But that's not what's happening here, because in order for the butt, the stock of the gun to be protruding from behind him like this, the front of the gun needs to be protruding from the front of him. It's casting no shadow. There's no visible barrel. There is no object there. This is not a fully assembled gun.
Diligent, look at the part where he jumps over that lip.
I paused there, and
you'll see the barrel of the rifle, the end of the rifle.
That does not
stick
mean
out on the left side when he lifts.
Look, you can't. Well, you just said that the video was too grainy. So this is amazing. I just want everybody to pay attention. I just want everybody to pay attention, right? That the video is too grainy when it needs to be, but when Mitch wants it to be something, all of a sudden you can clearly see. I just want you to say, Mitch is now telling you that this line right here, he can definitively say is the barrel of the gun, of an entire gun. So just he's speaking with certainty, right? That is a gun. That's what he's saying. You can see a straight line right there, this moment right here, and that you can clearly see that that's a gun. Hey, Mitch, can you clearly identify Tyler Robinson from this picture while we're looking at it? I'm just curious.
So I'll use better language then.
Why don't you just answer what he asked you?
Yeah, because he's saying that I'm being definitive.
Mitch, is that Tyler Robinson?
I see the back of a person. I can't recognize any features in the back of anybody.
Is that a gun? Is that a gun right there?
What I see
that could
is
be a
golf
golf club. That could be a fishing pole. It could be a flagpole. You have no idea what that is.
It is some sort of long thing that looks like he's carrying a hand. Could be a broomstick for all I know. Fair enough. But what I do see is him running with his arms in a certain way, as if he's carrying something long that's pointed forward.
He doesn't have anything in his hands.
In the ready
he
low
takes something
position,
off of his
and
back.
then when he jumps, you see it stick out the left side.
This is untrue. Look, I would.
Whether
This actually.
He's not
even watching the video, Dylan.
Whether that's the barrel of a gun or a golf club, I can't answer.
This actually goes towards my gun case. If you watch this video right here, let me pause it. Mute your mic, Mitch. Damn, I had that perfect spot. Oh, there we go. There's a perfect spot.
Mitch,
Sorry.
I think if you would have ever shot a high-powered rifle, you would understand that you fucking don't understand what you're talking about.
There's
because
a
high-powered rifle like
don't worry,
that
I know how to
is going
fire a gun and I know how to
kick.
hit my target. Don't worry, man.
It's going to kick and
That's
it's going
a
to
weird
fucking reverberate across.
He's from
the block.
Israel. He's a conscript.
You fucking have no idea. You've shot little blinker guns.
I actually mute up everybody. Mute up everybody. Let me everybody mute up. I just want to say, well, first off, can you guys hear me? Because I just muted everybody. Oh, it's co-host.
Yes.
Okay, we're good. Yeah. So, I understand why the Israelis are so militant, because they are conscripted right out of high school, all of them. So they are. It's part of their culture.
What about the Mexican Israelis? Same thing over there.
The midget Mexican Israelis?
We're actually not militant. We're military trained, but not militant in our behavior or thinking at all.
Bro, do not eat on my microphone. Mute your microphone. You're not doing that to my listeners.
Only Maze can do that. Brother has his hand up.
My sincere apology. I've never done that before.
Let's go to brother.
Hey, Diligent. No, I've been following along, and I'm watching the video here on my computer pretty well. I'm using Luke Slywalker shared the Candace video, so I was using his source of it. That flash that you guys keep seeing is a police car pursuing another car in the tree line, and you can see it on the whole Candace video. It's at 10:22 of her 11.5-minute version, so I don't know if that helps, but like I said, I went to Luke Slywalker's page to see it. You can see the police car is there, and then there's a point where you can see the blue siren. That's that flash that's in between the tree line, and it perfectly times with that same car appearing a little bit later.
Luke, what?
Slywalker.
How do you spell that?
Luke, and then space instead of Skywalker, Slywalker, SLY Walker. So he puts the whole Candace video there, and at 10:22, it's nice and zoomed out. You can see the police cars chasing another one. There's other things that I think you're making amazing points on, but I did want to say that's clear to me that that's a police car.
I ended up admitting that it could be a reflection, so it's not really a point of contention.
You can see pretty clear in that video, so I wanted to share that with you. But the military crawl is extremely suspicious.
And I don't think that looks. It's not like.
I watched it a couple times. It took me a few times, but I saw it. You can see the cop cars chasing another car, and the other car also reflects off of its windshield.
We'll definitely be able to find that out, right? There should be a scanner of that event. There should be a documented event of a police car pulling somebody over right there, right?
Sure.
Like that timestamp.
And then I'll just add one more thing is there's no recoil. I was watching that where supposedly the shot was. If you're going to shoot a 30-06, there's a significant recoil that you would see some kind of jerk. I don't care how good of a shot you are. There's no way you can just stomach that whole thing. So there's definitely a lot here that does not support the 30-06, and then that just destroys a lot there. But I just think that reflection is a cop chasing another car. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
I don't see a
Look
cop
at
car.
look at the FEDslops just out here in force, just trying to maintain the narrative. If they think that this is
brother is now part of the FEDslop too. Come on,
Nope.
don't you can say that about me. Don't say that about
He's
brother.
not nowhere near.
I'm not talking about brother. I'm on YouTube and people are looking at what I'm doing. So it's not all about you, Mitch. Mute your microphone.
I'm just saying he's agreeing with me.
Mute your microphone.
No, he's not.
Mute your microphone. I was just saying that the FEDsloppers are out here quote posting and mocking and really trying to reinforce the Fed narrative because it's everywhere. It's everywhere, right? And they are tripping.
Hey, Diligent.
They're tripping. But let me just finish. Thank you so much. This is not everything. This is not the most damning footage. This is not the most damning evidence. More is coming. And
You know what, Diligent? The video.
can somebody not fucking interrupt me? Thank you.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Let's go to Joa. He had his hand raised. Let's go to Joa. Thanks, Joa.
Hey, so while you've been talking, just taking in what you were saying and everything else, I gave AI the audio signature from that expert that I told you about before.
I don't buy into any of that shit.
But here, let me tell you, because it's actually really, really good. There's only two possible roofs
There
you
is
can come from.
there is no calibrated, sophisticated audio recording equipment present when he is shot.
Yeah, but there's 4 sources.
It doesn't matter.
And they converge.
It doesn't matter.
Let me finish, because I think because the one
They
thing
were
that
not
does
set
matter,
up to measure audio like scientifically at this event that we know of.
But here let me finish, because I think the thing that's important is the when it fires and when you hear the crack, right? And that is telling of a weapon, depending on how much gas is in a barrel, right? And if you go and look and you give it that and you start asking it questions based on the time it takes from the firing to the crack, what weapon it could be, well, it winds up being a short barrel AR with a OTM bullet that's heavier grain, exactly what SOCOM issues regularly, right? And it's 36 inches, like you were saying, 40 inches, right? With a suppressor. And that is common issue at SOCOM. And it matches the audio signature perfectly as to the time it would take from firing to hearing the crack. And the reason why it cannot be a 30-06 is you would have 2 waveforms because of how much gas builds up in the 30-06. And the reason why you get this like deep rolling sound from a 30-06 is it creates 2 waveforms when it creates a crack, which is not present here. So I do think it's worth looking at for that reason.
I mean, it's the same stuff that's been going around since September. It's not new.
No, well, the double thing is new. The fact that a 30-06 creates a double waveform.
Yeah,
from the crack.
It's an amphitheater, right? So it's naturally built to reverberate sound and to propagate sound.
Yeah, but that even plays better because you didn't have the double wave.
Yeah, I don't know.
Even in an amphitheater.
I don't trust cell phone like microphones to make sophisticated scientific analysis of sound when there's like specific instruments that we use to do that. Regardless of what the narrative is. Just because like the findings fit my skeptic like bias, I still have to hold the same standard, right?
Yeah, I get that, but typically,
Like, what were the
look,
capture
you can have-
devices?
I think you can have one very technical source, but if you have 4 sources, um,
Four
I
low
think that's actually
quality
very good.
sources still only equal low quality source. You could have 100 low quality sources and they still only equal low quality source.
But it doesn't matter because it's just the waveform. You don't need a sophisticated microphone to measure a waveform
Accurately.
of time.
Accurately, you
No,
do.
yeah, to be 100% accurate, yes, but you don't need 100% accuracy. You need 90% accuracy, or 80% accuracy. And the fact that there's 4 sources increases that accuracy, and you can see time from the firing to the crack is very, very short, which is different than a 30-06. It takes longer, and it creates a double waveform, and that's why typically it's deeper.
That's what she
Right,
said.
but the audio person testified to the fact that you cannot tell the model or the variant of the gun used.
You
He
could tell the
inferred.
speed.
No. With that time interval and an inferred bullet speed, he inferred it. He assumed it, but he cannot tell. He said audio forensics alone cannot confirm the weapon's model or variant. So
Yeah, exactly. But the one thing you can tell,
all of his analysis was pointing out that it must have been from a rifle round and not a smaller type of weapon. That's all. He never claimed anything about what the type of weapon, variant, whether there's a muzzle,
I agree.
a suppressor, anything.
He didn't, Mitch. The thing is that you can, because there are different waveforms. So you can rule out certain guns, which he did not
You
try
could
to
say
do.
that. He never said that, though.
Yeah,
I'm
he
going by
didn't.
what
He
the
never
audio
said that.
engineer claimed. You could claim whatever you want. I'm telling you what the audio engineer stated.
Yeah, he never said he did or didn't do that, Mitch. That's the thing. Is
said
you're
you cannot
assuming he
from-
said.
Okay, I don't want to. I don't
cannot
want to waste a
rule
lot
out
of time
anybody.
arguing about
from
this. It's not
audio
relevant to the
determine the
video.
model
It's not
or
relevant to the
gun.
news.
He has
Okay,
no
thank
idea.
you.
No
Mute
one-
up, Mitch. Mute up. We're gonna go to some new people. Thank you so much. We're gonna go to Call and then Key.
Hi, Diligent. Thanks for doing this, and thanks for following up on this. You're doing a terrific job. As you know, I follow your tweets all the time on this topic, and I don't see anybody covering this thing, honestly, and it's ridiculous that there is zero coverage. I just wanted to point out something that maybe others haven't pointed out and just ask some questions about it. I noticed the one thing is the infiltration path that was chosen was almost direct to the point of being prone to take the shot. There was that maneuver to the left that was needed to make the adjustment, but it was almost a straight line to the point of perch. And Eddie, you're off mute. And then the exfiltration or the egress path was completely different, right? It was a diagonal to the corner where you saw him drop. So, which is also sort of a trained tactic. It's knowing where you're going to perch and knowing where you're going to egress. Very different than, I mean, why didn't he just leave the same way he came? It doesn't make sense to me that somebody would just, okay, I'm going to go off, I'm going to climb up here, take almost a direct
to be
path.
fair, you can't climb up the corner where he dropped.
You can't.
And to leave, you would be going. I mean, if he goes any other direction, he's heading towards people and towards faculty and towards, like, the way that he exited was the most strategic route because you're running away from people. Actually, I would have ran to the tree. He didn't have to drop down like he did. There's a tree, a large tree right there that is over the path where he came up, and the branches hang over the roof right there. I mean, he could have just literally grabbed onto a branch and then stepped off and then swung down on a branch and not had a full swing or a full momentum fall. He could have just swung right down.
The question I have for you is, did you see that path and the position as something that had to be preconceived?
Absolutely.
That was really my question, right? So he almost like he knew where the tent was going to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not saying anything. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh no! I thought I heard, I saw you on YouTube say something, but you didn't say anything.
It's a
It's almost as
delay.
if
It's a delay on YouTube.
Yeah, it's almost like he knew where he needed to be, as if he had scoped it out before, whoever that was. And so he almost took like a direct beeline to where he needed to be, and then because he didn't really crawl that much to the left. I actually looked, and I think I just saw him move maybe 3 moves to the left to make an adjustment. But if you actually see where he entered and where he had ended up adjusting, if he had gone straight from where he had entered, he'd almost be exactly at the right perch
Let's
position.
watch the drop down video. I think we. Oops, sorry, you guys. I'm sorry, unconfined. Charlie Kirk. We'll watch. I want to watch the drop down video so we can like kind of get a full, because now we have the other half, right? Oops. Oh, I did that. There's all kinds of stuff already out there, huh? There we go. But that's a short. We don't want the short. We want the full one. Is this it? This is it.
First tonight, breaking news in the manhunt for the shooter.
So, right here. So, this is the rest of the video that we see. Okay, he drops down. Oh, you can really see it right there. Remember when I said I thought it was a rifle case? I want you to watch right here. That looks like a rifle case. And then watch when he lands. When it swings down.
That's when I had interrupted you. I wanted to point that out with that video. You could really tell.
Yep. Right there. Look at it. Okay, look at it right here. He's swinging it. It's a rifle case. Watch what it does when it hits the ground. So it does the same thing that it did on the roof. Right there. Right there. It's a rifle case. Swings it back down. Adjusts it. Picks it up and runs. Oh, they cut it off. Fuck these people. Man, the mainstream media sucks. Let's see if we can find
It's definitely not a towel.
It's definitely not a towel. It's definitely not a towel. Oh, there we go. Let's see if it's the whole one. There we go. So here's the rest of the video.
Yeah.
Here's the rest of the video. He's running behind here. You can see him in the glass. So now what we need to do is clip these together. So I'm sure somebody will. Oh, you can get a really right there. Oh, you can see. That's not a fucking towel. Right there. That's not a towel. That is a folded rifle case, is what it is. He either... What did he... Yeah, that's not a towel. You can see it right there. And then when he drops down... Look, he just swings it over. Oh, you can almost clearly... Look, that's a black rifle case. Look at it swing over the edge right here. He swings it. He has to swing it down when he's climbing down. Watch. Right there. It's a black rifle case.
Diligent, talk about the drop. That's a professional dropping there. Somebody would break their freaking leg if they didn't know how.
I actually think that he did injure himself the way that he runs. But he definitely didn't break his leg because he wouldn't be running at all. But he definitely didn't injure himself. So you can see again right here. Well, it's too hard to see.
But he knew how to drop because look at the stiff legs.
Mute yourself. There is a Like you can see it. That is not a towel. That is a elongated black rifle case. Right there. Throws it over his shoulder and runs off. Let's see if we can see it again when he's running over here.
Doesn't that mess up their evidence too? Because
Well,
they said it,
here you
it
can
was
see a towel
wrapped in a towel, right?
Oh, check this out. No, I think the towel was part of it too. I don't know. He's got something because you can see it dangle right back here as he's running behind him. Watch, I'll show you. Right. Did you see it? Right there. See it? Oh, maybe it is the case. Okay. Well, you can see it right here hanging out from behind him. It looks flimsier when he's running, but it might just be optical illusion. Now he's walking. Yeah, I think it is a rifle case. Definitely.
It would make no sense to be a towel, Diligent, because you could drop the gun out of the towel. How secure is a towel without a strap and something to carry the gun?
I'm wondering if it. So there are. Let me see. What's like soft rifle cases? There are like different kinds of soft rifle cases that like fold. They like break down. Let me see. Oh, it's black. So let's see. Black. And some of them look more like backpacks than they do actual rifle cases. The only way that gives them away is the tapered end where the thinner end is, like this right here, and they open all the way. So
speaking of backpacks, didn't Tyler have a backpack on in the video in the
yeah, but they
staircase?
say that he comes back without it, right? So
He's wearing the backpack. You can see the backpack when he's running across the roof.
or he's wearing a rifle case.
Or a backpack.
Because the second time that you see him in the footage, he doesn't have his backpack. He comes back. We don't know that it's Tyler Robinson. First of all, we don't know who it is. Okay, but the second time we see him, he goes to the quad, eats a Chick-fil-A, walks up around the roof area, and comes back without a backpack. The next time we see him get back in his car. And then the next time we see him, he is coming up with his skinny jeans with a backpack.
And backpack is not in evidence, right? And if that's the case, he
the
would have
backpack
had to
has
left it
not
on
been
campus.
presented in evidence, but we only went through the preliminary. So the whole preponderance of evidence has not been given. Like there isn't even a full discovery yet. So, but you can see, I just want to show you guys, there are so many different, like, look, this is a gun case. You cannot tell that it is a gun case. It looks like a duffel bag, right? There are, I'll show you. Actually, there are backpack gun cases. I was just looking at some not too long ago. Let's see. So this is a gun case. Okay, this backpack is a gun case. You can't tell by looking at it, but it 100% is. Let's backpack. Let's see, black. So we can find exactly what we're looking for. Black backpack. I'll remove folding. There we go. These are backpack rifle cases. They have backpack straps, so they're easy to trek with you. That would be obvious if it was something that big. But they have smaller ones that look like backpacks, right? Like, oh, where's one? There's one.
But what would be the reason to have the gun case, Diligent? What's the main reason?
The main reason is to protect the gun on the way up as you're crawling around so you don't break the zero.
And you're not fumbling around. You can throw it over your shoulder and you can haul ass.
And it's made to slide a gun in quickly, right? Like, so it's ergonomically designed to take a gun. So while you're running, you can just drop it in and it's going to go right where it's supposed to go. And all you have to do is zip it up because it's going to, the case conforms to the rifle, especially a soft one.
That's what I'm getting at. So it's for concealment and handling of the weapon. So why, if he's got all that in the gun case that you're fixated on here, why is he still fumbling around, jumping off the roof with this gun in his hands? Why would he not have that on his back and he's moving quicker, more efficiently? Why would he not do that?
What do you, I don't understand what you mean. Where do you?
What I'm getting at is you're fixating on that it's a gun case and not a towel. Okay, well, if it was a gun case, the only reason you would have the gun case is for concealment of the weapon and for the handling of the weapon. So you're moving efficiently across the rooftop, off the rooftop, and you're running efficiently without having to fumble around with this gun, which we see him doing, fumbling around with the gun.
Because he has to drop off of the roof, right? So he has to, he has to make sure that whatever he has on him is secure because he doesn't want to lose it when he jumps off the roof. When you see him fumbling around when he gets to the edge of the roof, it is to secure what he has so he can climb down safely and maintain control of whatever it is, his cargo, right?
That's right, because it's in a loose-fitting towel and not a weapons case.
I would argue, there's no way you can convince me that a towel behaves like that. There's just no way. Look at the way that look right there. It is stiff. That isn't erect. That is stiff. I'm sorry, but you just can't convince me. Look at how it lands. I have never seen a towel behave that way.
You're blocking the video.
Oh, am I? Okay.
I mean, have you ever been to the beach? It looks exactly like you have a folded up towel and you throw it out holding onto one end and the other one flops out. I don't know why you don't see that. It's
Why
like a
would you
dark
have
towel.
tactical gear on and professional gear?
There's no tactical gear. He's just a
He
guy
has
in-
tactical wardrobe on. You can see it.
Where do you see tactical? You see a guy running with
Well,
his
you
torso
can see
stiff.
it. You can see
Hold on,
it.
Diligent.
You can see it. You only going to answer your question.
You see a guy running across the roof.
You can see what he
with
looks
his
like.
His arms stiff because he's carrying something in his arms. That's why his body's moving. His torso's moving the way it is. He jumps up over that lip. You see something stick out, whether that's the end of a golf club, a hockey stick, or a rifle. I don't know, but there's something in his arms. He then lets his left arm down, and he's moving with something else, that thing in his arm, across the roof in a crawl, lies down, shoots. You say there's no muzzle flash, but you don't see muzzle flashes during the day because it's so bright. So I don't know what the controversy. If anything, this video just substantiates. This just substantiates what the prosecution is saying. He took the rifle out of his pants prior to this video.
There is no description of a lateral crawl on the roof. Zero.
And therefore, they didn't describe.
Nor does this video
everything.
show that he's running with the gun in his.
They
hand.
also don't
No, it
describe
doesn't.
in the
No, it
testimony, Diligent. They
And
don't
this-
describe him
and
running across
I
the
don't
roof.
care. I would look at that.
They don't
That
describe
is-
him jumping over a lip.
This thing that he flips out is heavy, right? It is not flop in a soft fabric manner, right? This is not loose fabric. There is something heavy in there. Now, I can be with you if you say he has the rifle rolled up in that towel, right? And when he lays down, he flops the rifle out in the towel. Okay. I can get with that based on what we observed there. But Where is the rifle in the towel as he is climbing up and being on the building? You do not see it. How is
So
he
what do I
carrying?
see?
How is
I'll tell
he
you what I
carrying?
see.
How is he carrying a rifle, right, as he's going across the roof?
I said that. He's carrying it. Do you understand what the low ready position is? Where it's angled
I know what the
downwards with
low
the button?
ready position is.
Good. So that's
It
what I
doesn't
see. I
matter
see someone carrying
because
it
when he's
in his arms, and he jumps over the lip. It sticks out. Where he pulled the towel out of, whether he pulled it out of the backpack or
Mitch,
his
when he's
pants.
army crawling,
Wait a
you
second,
don't
Lene,
see
we're
the
gonna
rifle
go. We're
in
gonna
the
go to some new
hands.
people. We're gonna go to some new people. I'm getting a little
Someone's
Mitch.
saying
Mitch.
something
I'm
and she-
getting. I'm getting
just
Mitch.
come across.
I'm getting Mitch fatigue. I'm getting Mitch fatigue. We're gonna go to a different Fed slopper. We'll go to Key. Go ahead, Key.
Hey, Diligent. I appreciate you having me up. Look, I'll get straight to the point. I think that Candace is a Fed slopper, to be honest with you, because I keep looking at this stuff. One of the only things, the conclusion that I'm coming to from watching what's going on with this Charlie Kirk case is that the federal government has an outstanding argument that U.S. citizens are not capable of doing investigations in any way and shouldn't be taken seriously. It's making it look like we need the FBI. That's what all of this is doing. But I just want to know what your take is on that, and then what do you think's going to happen? Do you really
Do you
think
want to
that Tyler
speak to
Robinson
the
did
video
this?
specifically, or are you just gonna make broad jabs?
Well, yeah. No, that's the point here, right? Like, what do you think the video
What
tells
about
us? Does it say it's not him?
It says that this individual was trained, and Tyler Robinson is not, as far as we know.
Okay, and my point is that Tyler Robinson knew how to fire weapons, fired them a lot throughout his life. He's not really doing some sort of tactical
What
call.
evidence
I mean,
do you
I'm
have
an
that
army
he
guy.
fired?
I get what you're saying.
What evidence do you have that he fired guns throughout his life?
That's what his family members claim, that he actually hunted.
His family never claimed that. They've never claimed that.
No, nobody's ever said that he's hunted before and that he's fired weapons and had access to weapons.
There is a difference between hunting before and firing guns all your life.
And okay, so what do we mean? Okay, so he's at least fired a weapon at some point in his life, right?
What we
Before
mean
the Charlie
is
Kirk assassination.
Wait, are you? Wait. So is it your position? I just want to make sure that I get this right, because we're holding all of the citizens accountable here to the standard of the FBI. You set the bar here, right? So it's your position that anybody who has ever fired a gun before is equal in skill to a trained military officer? Is that what you're claiming right now?
Well, not quite, but actually you'd be surprised how easy it is to fire a weapon and hit the target if you just follow the instructions.
Okay.
From
I mean,
who? What instructions?
So is that a yes or a no? I'm not sure. You kind of like dodged.
Well, it's kind of a yes. It's like it's up there, right? Like, I was not a gun guy. I grew up in a city. I joined the military. I shot expert.
Anybody who has ever fired a gun ever is capable of high-level assassination with skill. They know how to crawl. They know how to avoid detection. They know how to assemble and disassemble weapons with great speed and accuracy. They can pull off a smooth hit without barely even flinching or moving or making any kind of mistakes, really, and escape unimpeded. Okay. If you've ever fired a gun in your life, according to Key, you are capable of all of these things. I don't know why we hire the Israelis or anybody else to pull off our assassinations. We should just do them ourselves. Because anybody who's ever fired a gun, everybody who's ever fired a gun, they can do anything. All of a sudden, you are an elite assassin. You are SEAL Team 6, according to Key. By this logic,
No. Okay, so the way, hold on, Mitch. I know you love talking. Hold on. Calm down. All right. So look, my point is that if you've been in the military, like I joined the military, I actually went with male and female in my training, right? Fort Jackson. Every single person that joined the military ended up shooting a firearm and then hitting the target. Otherwise, they get kicked out, essentially, right? Like, we're not talking about special people. We're talking about just random kids from all over the country. They go in, the drill sergeant says, hey, if you do these steps here, you're going to hit the target down there.
And how many
and
times?
That's how easy it is.
Hold on. Let's follow this logic. And how many times do they have to hit the target before they graduate?
I mean, it's been a long time. I can't remember, but they do get a little bit of practice, right?
They get a little bit of practice?
A little bit of practice. Yeah,
Do
you
they
get a
have
little
to-
bit of practice.
Do they
And then
have
you
to,
have
hold
to
on. Do they
qualify.
have to meet an accuracy criteria before they're allowed to graduate as an infantryman?
Yes, and you don't have to get 100% all hits, right? There's different levels. There's like a low standard.
They don't just shoot a gun once and then they just ship them out like that, right? They get training.
Well, that's my point. This
They get
was a neck
tested.
shot. Nobody I've ever talked to ever said, I'm going to go out for a neck shot today, right?
But
He
Key,
missed
come
his
on.
target.
Your point is that
I'm
if you follow
just
the
telling you.
instructions and the training, what evidence do we have that Tyler Robinson was
you
trained in any kind of
don't have
military
any evidence.
situation?
Well, first off, he doesn't have any evidence that Tyler Robinson has ever been hunting. Zero. He has zero evidence of that. His family has not.
Well,
made,
there's a picture of him with a rifle in the woods.
There's no
and
picture.
He was in hunting gear.
That's not him. That's
that
his
wasn't him. Okay,
That's his
maybe
brother.
I got the wrong.
That's his
FEDslop.
brother.
Yeah, all right.
That's his brother. Yeah, I mean, you gotta sort out your FEDslop there, Key. Jack Posobiec.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jack Posobiec got community noted on that post using my
because
post.
he shared the image with a blurred,
Yeah. He
face
blurred
out,
the
and then someone
faces
shared-
of Tyler Robinson's brother and then pushed it around as if it was him. It was hunting photos. There's only one. There's only one photo of Tyler Robinson holding a rifle, and he's like 13 or 14, and he's at a gun show outside in an urban area, not anywhere in the wilderness, not shooting any guns, and that's it. Right? And according to his family, let me finish. Mute yourselves. I know that you're triggered. According to the family who I have spoken with, right? His grandmother, who even before I spoke with her, she also said to the mainstream media that he wasn't a hunter, right? And then through my conversations, he's a fisherman. He's not the hunter. The brother's a hunter. That's the one that there's all kinds of photos of with him on the hunting trips with his dad. They travel all over Utah. They travel all over the United States, and they go hunting together, right? But not him. So there is no evidence that Tyler Robinson is a skilled marksman. You have no evidence that he has any formal or informal military training, yet he is acting like a skilled military operator if this is him in this video. All the way from the way his ingress and his regress, the way that he approaches the school, the way that he methodically planned it out, right? Whoever carried this out, the way that his ingress on the roof, where he made a trained army maneuver or military maneuver to avoid visible detection from the other line of sight on the people on the ground until he got into position. He carried off the hit with precision, and in one hit, it was a positive kill. Whatever you want to say about what he was aiming at. Well, he doesn't know if Charlie Kirk's wearing body armor, right? We don't know if he had a green tip bullet in there. Right? He might have been aiming at the jugular. You don't know. He may have been very precise, whoever that was. I would argue he probably was. Right? Because Charlie Kirk was.
But a trained person would never aim for that.
You don't know that. You do not know that.
Any sniper would say so.
You don't know. Really? Get one up here.
Yeah, snipers don't aim for neck.
Okay, are you a sniper, Mitch?
Or chest? No, but I have plenty of snipers that I know well.
Mitch, let me ask you something. Do you know everything?
Well,
No,
can
I
I
don't know
can I
everything.
finish before we
I
get
can see what I'm
FEDslop
watching.
somewhere
My eyes
other
are open.
direction?
Go ahead, Key.
All right. So yeah. Anyway, like I said, thanks for having me, Diligent. I do appreciate you still letting the oppositional voices come up and actually speak. Right.
I've always
I
done
don't know
that.
why you got Mitch in here, but yeah, I know you
I
have.
don't think
And
anyone
I appreciate
really
that.
enjoys Mitch.
But at the end of the day, like so your contention is that it's possible that this is not Charlie, or that this is not the assassin of Charlie Kirk, Tyler Robinson, and that somebody else was on that roof. That's basically what you're getting at.
your statement is misleading because you said that this is not the assassin of Charlie Kirk. So your statement in itself presumes guilt of Tyler Robinson, which
we can rephrase it.
I live in.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I live in the United States where the presumption of innocence is a constitutional right. So unless you don't believe in the Constitution, you don't know who killed Charlie Kirk until this kid's had his day in court. Can we agree?
Yeah, I understand that, but they have video of him all the way up, different cameras, different positions, showing the same person, right? Where it's identified in one camera with the same clothes, and then this same body keeps moving throughout these different cameras, and he ends up on the roof with the same clothes. I'm just saying, this is a case that,
and yet not
over.
one person.
He's gonna plead too, so you guys know.
Not one person positively ID'd that person on camera throughout the entire day as Tyler Robinson. I did a whole video on this last night. Go back and watch it. I go through all of the footage. Okay. Officer Hull doesn't positively ID. He says someone believed to be. Okay. Even the car, they can't positively ID. How did you know that was Tyler Robinson's car? Well, we looked at Tyler Robinson's license data, and it came back with a car fitting the description of what we observed. Did not match it with the plate. There is a police officer that allegedly stops Tyler Robinson at 12:30 a.m. He could not 100% positively ID Tyler Robinson, and not only could he do that, he didn't even have a full plate. A police officer could only come up with a partial plate. There is no institutional 100% ID of Tyler Robinson all the way from the morning of September the 10th until the morning of September the 11th. This is a fact. They have said such under oath in court. There is not one, even Lance Twiggs could not 100% ID Tyler Robinson from the images that were displayed to him during his deposition, not with 100% certainty. As a matter of fact, the only witness that we've heard from, and they haven't been talked to by anybody, I'm the only person that's interviewed them, that said that they could ID Tyler Robinson with 100% certainty, was when he was in Panguitch. The two waiters, actually. Right?
But he never was.
Well, Diligent.
We all know
Diligent.
that.
If I can, real quick. So I just want people to understand this, as well as for everybody else, right, and for you. So it wouldn't be the FBI, right, that's actually running this. This is a state investigation. So what you're saying then is that there's a grand conspiracy inside of one of the states, one of the many in the United States, at the highest levels of that state government, to frame the wrong guy for a shooting. Actually, or something like that.
Actually, there is. If you listen to the testimony, the FBI had the lead on the case. The FBI is the FBI is the one who interviewed George Zinn. They waited for the FBI to get there. They're the ones that discovered that he had child images on his phone. They were the ones that made that arrest. The FBI is the one that extracted the information from Tyler Robinson's phone via Celebrite. Right? The witness interview of Lance Twiggs was conducted in Washington, D.C. at FBI headquarters per Kash Patel, right? The FBI has handled more of this investigation than the SBI as far as what I can see. They're at least equal partners in it.
But then it would be a grand conspiracy between the federal government and the state government to cover up the assassination, the true assassin of Charlie Kirk.
I believe that the correct terminology would be multi-agency cover-up.
And that's really what you believe happened. You don't believe that any of this.
I don't believe anything happened. Right? I don't marry myself to a conclusion without having all of the facts, and I don't have all of the facts here. All I can do is weigh the evidence that's been presented to me thus far.
And what kind of inside information did you get that idea that he's going to plead from? Did someone tell you that?
But listen, can I ask Key a question? You mind, Diligent?
Go for it.
Just a real quick. Key, I mean, did you do the timing on this thing? So this individual ran maybe 20 paces to get to near its position, and then he rapidly did a tactical crawl, 3 crawls to the left, to find himself in the right perch, took out whatever the weapon was out of, it doesn't really matter whether it was a towel or a flash. I mean, it may matter to some, but just set those aside and don't debate that. In the span of 70 seconds from beginning to end, you ran 20 paces, crawled to the left, lay down, got into the position, took a shot without hesitation. No hesitation whatsoever can be discerned. Knew exactly what he was doing. Right? This is someone that hasn't killed
and avoided
someone that
capture.
hasn't killed before, right? We're not saying this guy, that whoever was had no experience killing or getting into the position to kill. This individual had no hesitation. Just look at it. It's literally 70 seconds from running 20 paces, crawling to the left, dropping, taking the weapon out, firing the kill shot, putting it away, and leaving. No hesitation. No hesitation post-kill to see whether or not he killed. No hesitation. No hesitation.
Why is that dispositive to you, Carl? What is
No, it's
dispositive
not
about what you
dispositive.
just
It's
said?
a question of training and experience. And I think it goes back to the question of, was this individual, whoever it was, if you could make the case, that is not something that you execute in a minute and 7 seconds.
Well, hold on, because that's why the totality of the evidence is what's going to be weighed by the jury, right? So there are signs that Tyler Robinson did some things afterwards, right? So we admit that he was there at least, right? Or do we not believe that he was there? So I'm going to say
there's no evidence that he was there at all.
Key in the span
Okay,
of a
but then
minute,
what?
in the
Okay,
span
so
of-
then you got to
just a
answer
minute,
questions.
Key.
Like,
I just
so
want
you
you to
need.
answer my question.
Yes,
let him call.
Who do you know that can run 20 paces, find their exact perch position, take a shot without hesitation that has never killed before, and then leave the scene? Who do you know that can do that?
According to him, anybody who's ever shot a deer once.
Yeah, so it's not real hard to do stuff. Like most people just think they can't do stuff because they never go and do it. That's one of the first things
if
that
you're
you learn.
buying what Key is selling right now, just give me a 100 down there in the audience. If you believe that somebody who has never killed anybody or had any kind of formal training can execute what we all just observed on that video, give me a 100. If you don't believe or buy what Key is selling you right now, give me a thumbs down. Down in the listeners chat, I'll scroll over here on YouTube so you guys can all see. All right, let's see what we're getting here. Laughing emojis, thumbs down, lots of thumbs down.
I got Mitch on my side.
There's lots of.
I'm going to take
There's a few
Key,
hundreds.
why did you say?
see,
Key, why did you say
I
he
did see
was going
three.
to
I did see
plead?
300s.
Thank you, Miss
I did
Lou.
see three.
You said he was going to plead, so it means
just so you know that we're being inclusive. I see different colors of hands giving you thumbs down out of all of them. There's brown, there's yellow, there's white.
In the listener
I said
15.
there's 3. I said 3. I saw 3
I saw
100s.
15.
15, huh? 15, huh?
You're such a weirdo. Miss
So
Lou,
for the plea part, just so everybody knows, like there's so many cases that go on like this. So what you're watching is lawyers and judges and the community and investigators consume money. That's what's happening right now. There's no way that he's not going to plead and avoid the death penalty, right? So I
you
want
say
people
there's
to
no
understand.
trial.
Unless
So
it's going to
Key, you're
happen.
saying there's no
We
trial.
can't hear all of you at
No,
once.
yeah, it's
We
just
can't hear all of
show
you at
right
once.
now. It's just for show.
But
It's just for show.
But let me tell you this. If he believes that he's going to die, even if he pleads guilty, I think he might surprise you. I think he might surprise you.
I don't understand what you mean.
You don't understand? What happened to Jeffrey
No,
Epstein?
I'm missing
Key?
what you're saying.
What happened to Jeffrey Epstein? Did he die while in custody?
Well, and that's my point, right? Like not everything is a conspiracy. And I'll go back to what I just said. Most people think they can't do stuff because they simply just never tried, right? Like that's one of the first things that
Why
you
are you
learn
changing
when
the
you
subject?
join the military.
You're trying to change the
No,
subject.
because people are in here interjecting as if that's like a bet, like that bona fides the claims, right? Like no, people do stuff for the first time all the time. Actually,
speculating
most
just as much as anybody else up here.
I'm just
Yeah,
telling
I
you,
would
most
also,
murders are
I would
people that
also,
haven't done it before. They
I
just
would
ended up
also
killing somebody.
argue to say that most things are conspiracies
I
because they
just-
always end up coming out true. And
I
also,
really hold on. I just want to add something real quick. I really love this because I haven't. Well, I know that there's more coming out this week, and they're stressed about this. I just know how much worse it's gonna be in like 24 to 74 hours. I think we're gonna have a collective meltdown of FEDslop eating and selling shills. It is going to be glorious. It's already glorious
I don't know
now.
what you think people are upset about. Like, this literally just is in line exactly with the narrative put out
Except
in the
for
preliminary hearing.
there is no
Crawling. Wait a second. Crawling with a gun in your right hand is a very natural way that he's crawling. It's not some military maneuver. And Cal brought up
oh my gosh, just
Cal,
shut him up.
Cal brought up a
Mitch,
fair
go
question.
back to the preliminary hearing and look at all the fuck ups in that.
Cal brought up a fair question. Like, he knew exactly where to perch himself. Well, the location where Charlie was speaking from is a well-used event space. So it wouldn't be, where is he exactly going to sit? That would be a natural thing.
That's true, Mitch. He did meet with the people at TPUSA ahead of time, so he would know exactly where.
But I would say that he even knew that even before. I would say he even knew that before then.
But
like,
there's
this
no,
is not
but
like,
that's not the point, Mitch. An amateur, even if somebody people can do things. If I say, Key, okay, you got 60 seconds. Here's a stopwatch. Go. You can do things, Key. You know how to run. We got that. Everybody can do that. You know how to go to the left and the right in a tactical way because it's a natural human thing to do. Animals
it's not
and apes do
tactical,
it.
man. It's
It's
literally just
nothing.
crawling with a gun in your hand.
Mitch, relax. Mitch, relax.
Tactical?
That's all fine. So he knew how to find the location, no hesitation, didn't look around, didn't try to orient himself, nothing. Lays down, pulls out his weapon with a scope, apparently, scopes his target, kills the target, shoots the target, doesn't hesitate to see whether or not the target is bleeding out, is hit. Do I need to take a second shot? None of that. There's no hesitation. Up and off. And all that stopwatch, 60 seconds. That's how much time you have because people can do things.
He took a shot. He saw that he hit his target.
Well, hold on, Mitch. Hold on.
Look,
Look, Mitch. Look, I don't think that people really. This is going to be surprising to everybody. These are not special people. This is why I keep telling these groups of people that get into this conspiracy stuff. These are not people that have special powers. They're not aliens from another universe. Okay. They don't have special tactics and techniques that they learn. There's capable people that are cognizant of reality and they do stuff. And then there's people that sit on the sidelines and watch, right? You ever been to a football game? You got people in the field. They're actually playing the game. You got people in the stands yelling and screaming at what they should be doing while the people are playing and yelling at the coach, right? My point is that the fact that he took one shot, got a hit. I obviously am one of the people that think he wasn't aiming for the neck. I don't know anybody that ever woke up and was like, I'm aiming for necks today. That just doesn't happen because necks are not a guaranteed kill. So if you want to kill something, it's usually actually the body center mass, right? But this idea that some kid couldn't come up with this, especially with our video games and all the other things, I do believe he actually has help, right? I believe that's something that's
second shot.
Grok,
why would you? Your target went down. Why would you?
Grok, are there any historic examples of a neck being targeted for assassinations?
Grok.
The fuck? Grok, do a web search and answer my question.
Yes, there are historic examples. John F. Kennedy was shot in the neck in 1963. Martin Luther King Jr. was fatally shot in the neck and jaw area in 1968. A CIA assassination manual also recommended severing the spinal cord in the cervical region or the carotid and jugular vessels for reliability.
Grok, can you repeat that last part again?
Sure. A CIA assassination manual also recommended severing the spinal cord in the cervical region or the carotid and jugular vessels for reliability.
And Grok, as far as we know, was Charlie Kirk hit in the jugular and in the spine?
Yes.
I'm so glad that you.
That's
I'm
brutal.
so glad. I'm so glad you had us
Brad,
look
you're
that
so
up,
funny.
Mitch. That's
You're talking
amazing.
about
That's
a
absolutely
point-blank
amazing.
assassination
Amazing.
versus a 150-yard rifle shot.
Wow.
No sniper takes a 150-yard rifle. And just to be clear,
Hey,
Diligent,
guess what, guys? The
Listen to
defense
the
doesn't.
like. I just want everybody to notice how they just lost their fucking minds. That's amazing. Feels really good. Oh, that felt good. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate that, you guys. Now you can talk. It was too much. I had to just take a little victory lap there.
Okay.
Okay, so just 1 second.
So the manual that's been
just give me
referenced, Mitch,
10 seconds.
calm down. 10 seconds, calm yourself. All right, listen. The manual that's being referenced isn't talking about shooting a 30-06 from I don't know, 100 yards. That's not what it's talking about. So context does matter.
Really?
Right? Like this.
What kind of manual is gonna tell you to use a pistol to shoot somebody in the spine? Does that make sense?
Well, just ask Grok. She'll explain it to you.
Yeah, Grok. What weapon is mentioned alongside with those instructions to shoot the carotid, the jugular, or the spine? Is there a recommendation of a particular weapon?
The 1953 CIA Study of Assassination Manual recommends a knife point or light axe hatchet blow for severing the spinal cord in the cervical region and a knife for cutting the jugular and carotid vessels. It doesn't mention a pistol or rifle for these specific methods.
Okay, so let's alter the parameter of our search. Is there any indication that a rifle is used for these areas or any instructions for those?
I'll run a fresh search on that. The CIA's Study of Assassination Manual mentions a precision rifle for absolute reliability at about 100 yards. John Plaster's Ultimate Sniper Manual discusses a rifle shot to the cervical spine or brain for central nervous system incapacitation.
So the CIA says to shoot in the spine?
Is that the rifle
Let me
or
clarify
the
that.
manual you're
The
talking about?
1953 CIA Study of Assassination Manual recommends a precision rifle for reliability at about 100 yards. It doesn't explicitly say to target the spine. That's from John Plaster's Ultimate Sniper Manual.
But there's historical precedence of assassins targeting the spine, targeting the neck, right? This idea.
Yeah, but it was a private individual, not government.
They're clandestine, Key. That's a nice try.
No, the book she's referencing is private work.
Triggered? Why are you triggered? Because you got found out? It's all right.
No one's triggered, man.
Well, you're acting all triggered. You're talking over me.
Don't be MK Ultra enough now. Come on.
It's like so funny. Just to be clear, he from his home. I don't know if you've looked at the
there's
search
historical precedent for neck and spine targeting.
Okay, just diligent. In terms of him
I'm
being
so
an
glad that
experienced
you
shooter,
said that. I'm so glad we looked it
in terms of
up.
him being an experienced shooter, he had a revolver, a Henry, a Rossi, and a Winchester rifles seized from his home with lots of ammunition. He clearly is someone who is familiar with rifles, and clearly someone else said from hunting. So this isn't like a hard shot for someone who is familiar with rifles and is a hunter. This is an easy peasy shot. And
I mean, what about that video where the guy does the same shot?
1 second. You can say whatever you want after. In my view, and in Key's view, this is a miss that got lucky because you don't aim. You aim center mass. You don't aim for necks. You don't aim for the
Well,
side
how
of the
far
neck.
was it, Diligent? How far was the shot? Like, just so we can understand, it's a little over 100 yards?
It was
yards.
130 some odd yards.
Here. And to make it even worse for everybody, I'm not a good shot, and I could definitely hit a neck on a human at 140 yards, right? That's how easy these weapons are to learn how to shoot.
I thought you said that you were a vet. Are you not?
Well, because you do. Yeah, I'm saying eventually you do. You're like, can I hit the shoulder? And then you hit the shoulder. You want to get those.
I could not lay down on a roof right now and probably hit a carotid artery or a spine at 140 yards.
Listen, are you guys listening to what you're saying, Key and Mitch? You guys
They
are
definitely
subscribed
hear
to the
themselves.
fact that Tyler Robinson is a trans lover / like little nerdy kid. You guys are having this conversation. Shut up. You guys are
Let her
speaking
finish.
as if He is some military trained person who reads manuals of freaking rifles. Supposedly, this kid had a epiphany one day and went and shot Charlie Kirk. Why? That's your narrative, okay?
Lene,
What he did does not match what you guys are subscribed to. So just
Lene,
shut up. Just shut up.
there's no
I don't even want to hear. I
military.
don't want to hear a response.
There's no military
AJ,
involved
AJ,
here.
I need
This
you
is a
to bring people up if
regular
there's
crawl
any
with a
room
gun.
because it's glitched for me, so I can't
All
do
right.
it. If there's any room, just bring the next one up, and I'll rotate down as we go.
Okay. Yep.
What were you guys saying? Go ahead, continue where you were.
This is a
Well,
regular
remember,
shot.
Keith said people can do stuff. You know,
This is a
never forget
regular
that.
shot.
Absolutely.
People can do
That's
stuff.
people. These are not special people. This is why I don't
I
understand what
noticed that
people don't get.
we have 700 people in here and 160 reposts. Go down to the comment section, hit that repost button. We're going to be going for a little bit longer. If you're over on YouTube, share, like the channel, show some love over there. Keep things moving. And go ahead, back to the conversation. I just had to do a little housekeeping.
Hey, can I jump in real quick?
No, hold
Real
on. There's
quick.
nothing unusual about
If you can
crawling with a
jump
gun.
in
Mitch
real,
is still
if you
speaking.
can
Let me just
jump
finish
in
my
real
point.
quick, you can jump in real quick.
There's nothing
Okay,
wrong
well, I'm going to
with-
jump in real quick, Mitch.
nothing wrong
Okay,
with-
so here's a thought experiment.
Speaking.
If a
Who's speaking?
trained sniper was taking a shot from that short of a distance and they were trying not to look like an assumed sniper, do you think they would hit a center mass target? Or do you think they might actually hit a different kill spot that
That's
may make
exactly.
it look like it wasn't
So
a
that's
trained
exactly the
sniper
point.
aiming at center mass?
Whether you're trans, gay, whatever, has no
Mitch, have you
impact.
shot a 30-06 before?
Lene, he asked me.
Have
You
you
can
ever
talk
shot
after.
a 30-06?
Very clearly, there's nothing special about crawling with a gun in your arm on the ground and one
Have you
arm
ever
out. This is
crawled
not
and
some
shot a 30-06 before,
military
Mitch?
maneuver. This isn't some special crawling method. This is
Have
a
you ever crawled
regular
on the ground
distance
with a
shot.
30-06 and then
This is.
shot it?
Please stop it, Lene. You're just
Just
That's a good
annoying
answer
question.
it.
everybody. There's nothing special about this distance of the shot. There's nothing special about the rifle.
Have you ever
And in
tried to do
Lune,
this?
stop it already.
It's a
And
fair
Because you're
question. You're
speaking like
speaking
someone
on
who
I'm
authority.
has.
trying to respond to the individual,
But
and
do
all
you
you're
have
doing is
experience doing that
chirp,
type of stuff?
chirp,
Because you
chirp,
are
chirp,
speaking on
chirp, chirp,
authority.
chirp, 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 chirp. Let
Are
me just.
you? Are you
I
experienced in
didn't.
that training? Because you're speaking with authority. I mean, I think that's a fair point.
Am I familiar with shooting rifles? Yes.
No,
Am
No,
I
crawling
a
30
on the
trained
ground with a rifle
sniper?
that size.
No. Do I need to be trained in the
in
military
the
to
way that
know?
you are speaking,
If
yes,
you're
I
speaking
think
on
Would you
authority,
so.
yes.
please all stop behaving this way? It's like not saying. It's very clear that you're carrying something in your right hand.
He keeps doing
You're
it.
going to
Lune,
put
I don't
down
want
your
to
left
listen to
hand.
him repeat himself a million times. Please let him
Sorry.
finish.
Why am I repeating myself? Because Lene keeps interrupting.
I just
Literally.
told her to stop.
Oh, thank you. Literally, you see the guy with his torso moving as if he's carrying something. His arms jumps. I see a rifle butt stick out. The end of the rifle stick out. Then you see him crawling because he's holding the rifle in his right hand with put down his left hand. Crawls into.
I just want everybody on YouTube and in the space to take a moment.
He knows where he's going to be aiming
I want
because
everybody on the space and YouTube to take a moment. And if you have time, look up the salesman from the original 1980s Total Recall. He was selling the salesman. You'll hear
Diligent, we can't hear you.
You'll hear his voice. I know that you can't hear. Oh yeah, I have it muted.
You muted us. You
Yeah.
muted
Okay.
yourself.
Okay. So the
So let me
YouTube
just finish my last
stream could hear me. Mute yourself,
Well,
or I'll drop you.
Oh my gosh, he never skips a beat.
So the
Even
so
on
the
the mute tone, he's talking.
the first version of Total Recall had this kind of like balding guy with a very distinct voice. That is Mitch, the salesman. He ends up getting capped.
Yeah, but
he
you're
ends
not
up
a racist.
he ends
You're
up
not a
getting
racist.
capped.
You're
He ends
just
up getting
not a
capped.
racist.
But
Let's call the Jew
He's
the
being
Total Recall
racist because
guy.
you're a bald
bro,
guy.
I
That's
will
so
pull
weird.
it up. I will pull it up.
I know.
I will pull it up. It is Mitch. Mitch is
In
the
any
bald
case,
guy
we're
from
going to
Total
stick to
Recall.
facts and not whether I'm a bald guy from Tyler.
So
from
supposedly
Total
Diligent,
Recall.
if you say anything against Mitch, you're being racist because he's Jewish. That's weird.
Racist is an odd
According to
term.
him, according to him, he's not Jewish. He's Israeli.
Right. In any case, to finish off the point that actually matters, is that this is a normal shot from a normal distance where he knew the target was going to be sitting in that area. This is not a hard shot or anything. And clearly there's a towel. I don't know what is coming out of this
Israeli.
that doesn't
No one
fit
asked
into
you.
the standard thing that is being described in the plenary hearing. You have DNA all over the gun from him.
Can
you
he
have
speak? I actually
surveillance from
appreciate
him,
his opinion.
and you have
repeat
his.
yourself a lot.
And just one last point. Notice that the defense never objected to the submission of the text messages. They never claimed these are fake. If they were, they would have objected to them. They actually acknowledged these are his text messages by their failure to make any objection.
Outstanding points, Mitch.
But now you're over the hill? Then come to Recall Incorporated, where you can buy
Oh
the
my God, he
memory of
thinks
your
he's
ideal
F. Lee
vacation.
Bailey.
Mute up.
Cheaper,
Mute up.
safer, and better than the real thing. But now you're over the hill? Then come to Recall Incorporated, where you can buy the memory of your ideal vacation cheaper, safer, and better than the real thing. So don't let life pass you by. Call Recall for the memory of a lifetime.
It's Mitch.
That's the same guy from Poltergeist.
Just
The
further
Poltergeist.
evidence that Candyland is Pallywood. Candyland, Pallywood.
Wow. Are you like
100%.
105?
You don't
That's
wait. You don't think that you sound,
YouTube, look up
dude?
Pallywood. Learn what
You
Pallywood is.
you don't think that you sound like that guy? You sound just like that guy.
I thought Mitch
You know
was
what you
talking.
sound like, buddy. You don't know.
Let's see. Let's see if we
Me
can. I think this is
too.
a
Wow, that was
cleaner
crazy.
audio. I want cleaner audio.
It's a good metaphor. It's a good metaphor.
Mitch,
Diligent,
tell
you're
me,
really selling
I have
people
to know.
alternate
I have to know.
memories.
Are you this
You're
guy?
selling them an alternate
Are
reality.
you?
So it's a good metaphor, man.
Are you
You
this
are the Puerto
guy?
Rico guy.
I think you are this guy, bro. I'm just curious.
I think you're
It
selling
sounds just
people an
like him.
alternate reality.
Key.
People need
Listen,
to
if
live.
that was you,
Key.
Mitch, I would actually understand why you are the way that you are.
I
because
just
that would
need
mean you're
I
an
just need
Israeli
I need to take
boomer.
a quick
That would make
straw
so much
poll.
sense.
If you're
I'm
in
actually kind of
the
hot, Renee.
I just need
What
to
can I
take a
do?
quick
I
straw
was
poll.
born
If
this
you're
way.
in the chat, listeners, give me a 100. If you're over on the YouTube, if you think that this guy is Mitch or they sound alike, let me know. Am I crazy?
The memes that are
Oh
coming
my
out of this is
God!
going to
Look
be
at
hilarious, right?
look at
Diligent?
this. Look at
memes are
the
gonna
look
be
at the
great.
chat, bro. The chat
I'm
all
gonna have
agrees.
100 posts. Mitch in Total Recall.
I want to revisit my vacation to
And he's doing real
Antarctica.
estate too, Diligent.
my
He's doing real
notifications.
estate.
My notifications are going to explode now because of Diligent and Total
Yeah,
Recall. I
if
can't
you
wait for
guys
them.
want, I'll share the. You
AI
know what?
that's
I am
coming
gonna
out is
share the
gonna be
link.
nuts.
I'm gonna share
You
the
also
link.
have to play Piglet though, because he does sound like Piglet too.
Mitch is
Yeah, but
still trying to
Nightmare
unload
is
some property.
recalling Mitch.
The
That's
YouTube
Nightmare.
chat. The YouTube chat is just lit. It is lit 100%. Here's the video YouTube chat. Let me give you that, and we'll get over on X. Make sure we get that circulating for you there, buddy. Let's go to the
God,
hands.
the memes that are coming towards me right
Diligent.
now is
All right,
unbelievable.
Mitch. I need you to just be quiet for a second, man. I can't.
Yeah, your chat is going nuts.
Yeah,
That's so funny,
Sorry, I'm having too
can't
Diligent.
much
look.
fun, buddy. Too
And
much fun.
you know I'm kind, bro, but I mean I got my limits too. And I just want to add one thing. A prone position shot is not something that just anybody can do. When I was younger, I was about 13 years old. I used to be a Boy Scout. We used to go to Boy Scout camp every summer. There was about, I'd say, 200 kids in this camp. About 50 to 75 were regulars at the gun range. Now we were shooting 22 caliber rifles. These are way less powerful than a 30-06. Now, I'm not trying to brag, but I was the best in the entire camp. I was the only one that could hit the target so many times that they had to switch. What they had was NRA sharpshooter bars. I was the only one that was allowed to shoot in the prone position, and it was not easy. Even with the little thing that you can set it on, prone position is not an easy shot that just anybody can do. I'm not saying that this disproves that it was Tyler or anything like that. Obviously, the video is very, very pixelated. Well, I think what everyone's trying to say is it hasn't been proven or disproven. So you can't say either way definitively that anything we've seen has just said this guy is guilty. It is not a clear-cut case. The prosecution has not presented anything beyond a reasonable doubt that to place Tyler Robinson at the scene of the crime and taking this shot. And I'm sorry, but we don't trust the government. Just because Trump was elected and we were all for it doesn't mean that somehow magically the government is now completely trustworthy. So no, I'm going to be very skeptical of what was said, especially when things just don't add up. And that's what I think the general point is here. I'd rather get more on points that are more, I'm sorry, arguments that are more on point than we're going way off on some tangents. And I know Diligent's having
brother,
fun with this,
I have one
but you
question
guys,
for you.
yeah, go ahead.
We haven't had this
No.
discussion for a long
Mitch is
time.
done. Mitch, the microwave's
Stop.
beeping.
We do have to. We're going to get through some of these. I got a lot of hands. I called on
10 seconds,
Cosmike.
literally. I just want
You
to
know
point
why?
something out to brother.
Listen, Mitch.
Let me finish with brother
Even
quickly,
your
I
own
promise.
side can't stomach you for too long. These people are on your team, bro, and
You
you're wearing you're wearing them out. You're wearing your own team out. Okay, so
Can I
let's.
have 10 seconds with brother because he was talking to me, man?
No.
Are you gonna take
I was
him into
politely
the
asking you to
confession
be quiet,
booth?
Mitch.
Are you gonna
I was
take him into the
politely asking you to
confession
be quiet.
booth? I believe
Okay,
that
well,
he
you
just
addressed
said
me,
that
brother.
he is praying for your silence. Okay, we're gonna put Mitch. I am committing you to
With love.
with love. I'm committing you to a vow of silence for the next 3 minutes. Go ahead, Cosmike.
That's too short.
That's what she said.
Diligent,
That's what
thanks
she
for
said.
the mic. Oh, that you don't want her to be saying that. I don't think so.
She didn't say it to me.
Oh my god. Yeah. I mean, look. I mean, I think there's a lot of people in here that feel a very certain way about this particular case. I'm with Key and Mitch on this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I know you probably knew that already, but
Is this Alfred?
from the
It's
information, no,
It's Cosmike.
yeah, from the information I've seen online, right? One of the people that has actually given their testimony said that Tyler was a gun nut. Like he's a gun enthusiast, gun nerd. So he studied these things.
Who said
He
that?
definitely had access to guns.
Who
One
said
of his
that?
close friends. One of his close friends.
He didn't testify.
Testified. Yeah, he testified.
There was none of Tyler. No, wait, hold on.
Yeah,
none of Tyler Robinson's
testified.
close friends testified in the preliminary hearing. That is false.
Well, maybe not the preliminary hearing, but there was an interview or something of that nature where this was revealed.
The fake news media?
No, I mean, if you want to call it that, I mean,
Well, that's not
isn't
testifying.
that what Trump calls it?
It says here, familiarity with firearms, a friend and former coworker noted that Robinson enjoyed weapons, nerding out, even their technical details, and once claimed to have successfully made a 400-yard shot. So that's
and what's
that's
the
what I
source on
see.
that? What's his name?
What's the source?
Hmm? How long were they friends?
They were co-workers.
Oh, where'd they work together at?
I don't have all those specific details, but I'm sure if you do a little bit of digging, you can figure that out.
Aren't you looking it up?
Well, if you want me to do that, I could do that.
I mean, I usually bring up receipts to back up claims that I make.
Yeah, I know you do. You got Grok there working for you. But anyway, the point being,
let's actually let's do that.
The point being,
no, I will offer you. You made a good point. I want to offer you the same liberty that I have. Grok, is there any evidence that Tyler Robinson was an avid gunsman?
No verified evidence shows Tyler Robinson was an avid gunsman.
Grok, was there any
well,
evidence?
That's different.
Grok,
right?
was there any evidence presented during the preliminary hearing or motions beforehand that proved that Tyler Robinson was an avid gunsman or marksman?
No evidence was presented in the preliminary hearing or motions showing Tyler Robinson was an avid gunsman or
Grok,
marksman.
will you try to verify the source of the claim that Cosmike is saying that one of his coworkers knew that he was a avid gunsman?
I'll search for the source. The source is a 25-year-old electrician who worked with Robinson at High Output Electric, a subcontractor for Wild Electric in St. George, Utah in 2023. He spoke anonymously to the New York Post, claiming Robinson perked up when discussing guns and bragged about a 450-yard shot. No coworker testified to this in the preliminary hearing. The evidence presented there was from Lance Twiggs and law enforcement.
Did you say an anonymous source?
Yes, the New York Post source was anonymous.
So there you go. There's someone has provided this information.
We should electrocute the guy for it.
Well, I'm not saying that should stand. I'm not saying that should stand alone. I think that there's going to be plenty of other evidence that will come out
I
during
don't
the
think it
trial.
should stand at all.
And I think,
actually,
well, I mean,
because-
am I going to be able to speak, or are you just going to
no,
run me
because
over?
it's a random person. You're
So you're
bringing
just going to
up
run
stuff
me
that you
over.
don't have anything.
It's
to
not.
back
It's
up.
not a
AJ,
random
AJ,
person.
AJ, let him finish.
Yeah, I mean, New York Post was willing to put the information out there. I don't think that that's too crazy. I'm
Brock,
sure that
has
they
the
did
New
some.
York Post been caught lying before?
Yes.
Grok, has the New York Post been caught lying a lot?
Yeah.
Give us some collaborative examples.
The New York Post's 2020 Hunter Biden laptop story was initially dismissed as Russian disinformation by 51 intelligence officials and many media outlets. Later, the FBI confirmed its authenticity, with Hunter Biden pleading guilty to charges related
And
to
are
the
there any examples of the New York Post found to be lying about big stories or downplaying their significance?
The New York Post's Hunter Biden laptop story was
No,
dismissed as Russian
you're doing it reverse. You are discrediting their opposition. Never mind.
Well, I mean, so
Got
okay,
it.
so the whole point is he's had access to guns. He grew up with a family that's familiar with guns. I'm sure he's had some level of experience shooting guns. And
You
it's
don't
not
have any.
beyond
It's not
the
about
realm
what you're
of
sure about.
possibility.
It's what we're talking
It's
about.
not-
What we have facts to prove. You are not presenting any facts to support your position. You're saying, I'm sure. Well, he could have. Well, he shot a gun before. We live in the United States of America. It's Utah. Grok, does Utah have one of the highest firearms possession rates out of any state in the union?
Yes.
Grok, what is it?
Well, I mean, I've
Let me
heard
get the
plenty
exact
of
number.
things that have been
Utah's
shared in this
household gun
room
ownership rate
that
is
don't have any sort of hard
46.8%.
evidence behind them.
Grok, Utah's household gun ownership rate is 48%, 46.8%. Half of Utah owns a gun. Grok, does that mean by that logic that half of Utah could have killed Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, that logic would implicate half of Utah.
But would they have the
It is
capability to
ridiculous.
do so?
It is.
Yeah, it's me.
Well, what's the mean? What?
Too many people talking at once. Too many people talking at once. Okay, Cape. Let's answer that question. The capability to do so. Well, according to Key, all you need is to be able to fire a gun, and you're capable of pulling off this sophisticated skill, high-level assassination, getting in and out without getting caught or spotted or seen or identified at all.
Why do you call it a high-level
Well,
assassination?
well, that's the other thing is you're describing it as a sophisticated operation.
Is it
It wasn't that
not?
sophisticated. No, it wasn't. Pretty
No,
straightforward.
yeah, most
We all saw
assassinations
it.
aren't.
You're
I'm
making a
serious.
claim
Look
about
them up.
that.
They're not really complicated.
Don't believe your lying eyes. You didn't just see a professional hit. Oh my God.
I mean,
Diligent-
JFK was like probably the last real one that we've seen where it was like, oh,
Hey,
something's
Grok,
going on.
Grok,
There.
are you
Multiple
able?
shooters.
Oh, actually, let's.
What about Trump's ear?
So
No,
you
that
don't
was
think
fake.
it,
That was
Don't
ketchup.
do that to my
Yeah,
space.
so-
Don't do that to my
Crooks is
space.
also
So you don't
a
think it's
professional.
possible
We're not-
that someone who's familiar with guns.
We're not gonna devolve into the Butler conversation right now. Don't do that.
So you don't think it's possible someone took that shot and just got lucky? I mean, I think that's kind of what it came down to.
So I'm gonna ask Grok objectively in heavy
That's
mode.
extremely lucky.
I'm gonna
man.
ask Grok objectively in heavy mode.
90%.
Mute up. how trained does the individual appear on this? It's the whole thing. And we'll see what Grok says. I have his own.
I think he learned from the video games, though, Diligent, because he's not doing anything I was taught
Oh
in the
my God.
military.
You are every federal employee that we've been listening to since Bush. Will you just stop? You sound like Jeb Bush right now, bro. Are you from Florida? Texas?
I'm headed for Florida.
It's the video games. We gotta take away their video games and the rap music. Turn them all into school shooters. Gotta take them away.
Definitely the rap music.
He literally looks like a character in a video game with his crawling. I'm just saying, it does.
Insanity.
Hey
Hey,
guys,
how do you explain the lack of recoil? I mean, we watched the shooter lay there, and I'm sorry, but go see
That's
video.
what it is. Yep. That's how it works. If
go
you're
see
laying down.
No, a video 30-06 will have recoil, and there's nothing. The guy just, it's like a smooth, silenced professional hit.
The YouTube chat is begging you. The YouTube chat is begging you not to move the Florida key.
Well, I'm actually on my way. Probably 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm getting a nice big house down there by the beach.
did I ever tell you guys about the time?
Those $7,000 posts are racking up, huh?
I was just gonna say, after this space tonight, I'm probably gonna get a boat. I'm almost there.
No, come on, Key. No. Go to Daytona. Go to Daytona.
It was totally crazy, but without any skydiving experience, I went up in a plane and I had them set up a net for me down below, and I jumped out the plane without a parachute, and I just dove straight down. And we're like, right here in the net, Noah Jean, you can do it. And I
Anyone can
landed
do it. Anyone can do it.
Oh, it was sick. You guys should have seen it. It was freaking awesome.
If you guys can jump, you guys can totally do that all by yourself.
I just want to look at the facts. It's just the recoil thing, man. I mean, the 30-06 is the biggest thing that's been in question. We've seen so many, gun experts, military experts that say that this doesn't add up. And I'm sorry, but there's no visible recoil. I've watched this in slow motion. I've zoomed in. I've been watching this thing, and it's just nothing. And there's no way you can have no reaction shooting a 30-06 unless there's some sort of muzzle or silencer that I'm unaware of, or suppressor. I mean, you'd have to have like a suppressor on that. They didn't find those attachments, so I don't.
We have different eyes than the.
So here's Grok's comparison. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry, YouTube. I didn't mean to double echo you. According to, I gotta get used to not touching the mute button. According to Grok's analysis, compared to a layman, which is an average citizen untrained, the figure in the video appears more deliberate and controlled. A pure layman would usually stay upright longer, drop down more awkwardly or hesitantly, crawl with a higher profile, or show more fumbling and inefficient movement. Here, the transition to low/prone position is purposeful. The body stays low for an extended period of time near the edge, and the overall pathing looks intentional rather than improvised or panicked. It exceeds what you would expect from someone with zero experience in staying low or positioned for a shot. The video quality is still too poor, to be fair, to claim advanced or professional level training, but the movement looks practiced at a basic level rather than a pure novice.
Mitch sent me a video earlier. It actually looks like Mitch probably knows the training that was done.
Well, I mean, all those things can be true, and it could still, be this guy. I think the most damning evidence are the text messages. I mean, he essentially admits to
means
the text messages that he
motive
sent,
and opportunity.
The text messages that put him in Orem and Panguitch at the same time. Those text messages.
Panguitch is fake, and you know it already.
The text messages are what are faked.
He's going to plead guilty, and you're still going to be sitting there going, "But my Panguitch."
Look, when they run out of ammo, they just he's going to plead guilty. You can always tell
What kind of Mustang
when
did you
they when
have,
they
though,
when they
Diligent?
can
Come
no
on.
longer sell the FEDslop narrative to you, when they know that it's having no impact, they're just like, he's going to plead guilty anyways. Fuck the facts.
Maybe he was speeding. Did you ever think of that?
Who cares if he's guilty? Who cares if he's guilty? He's going to plead guilty. That's what matters to them.
I already
No, but if he does plead guilty, you're going to accept it, or you're just going to say
Diligent,
no?
I've
What you
already
guys don't
trade.
understand is
I've
that
already trademarked
in
a
order for him
T-shirt.
to even plead guilty, there has
I
to be
already have a
enough
trademark
evidence,
T-shirt
and
that
there
says
has not been enough evidence
Mapangwich,
to even prove that he was a shooter. Okay, does that make any sense to you guys?
No, he's been indicted. So that's the first step is the indictment. He's
Right. When
cooked.
he after
He's
the
cooked.
crime, okay, he needs to
It's
be
not
proven
too
guilty
common
in
that
order to plead guilty.
it's not too common that people get off on charges that are this
I can
significant and
assure
that much
you,
evidence.
I can
I'm
assure
just
you.
saying.
Okay, so I can assure you that there is going to be evidence released this week that is, I bet you it disrupts your belief that he's going to plead guilty.
Well, we were told that this thing today was going to
What is it,
disturb
Lance
us, and it
Quigg
didn't.
did it?
So I don't know.
No,
what to say.
actually, it was said maybe today, right? You were not told that this was going to prove him innocent today. That is not what the claim that was made by anybody, including myself or the person that released the footage.
Okay, I thought it was really like, I have a question for brother. Brother, one thing we had a lot of talk about what's the statistical probability of a bullet of a 30-06 not going through a body. Have you considered just the statistical probability of medical examiner, lab technicians, police officers, all of them being part of a conspiracy? Do you understand how many people would be involved and not one says a thing? Do you realize the statistical impossibility of such a
No,
thing? No, of course not. Renee doesn't think these things. But
you're
also,
right.
brother, in the video, you talk about the recoil. At that resolution, it's very blurry from that distance. I don't know if you could see a recoil, and even the recoil is not humongous on a 30-06. So, like, I don't know if we could say we see a recoil or don't see a recoil from that resolution and that position. I can barely see much of other than a blob running across a building,
Actually, I do think
crawling on
of
the
those things. I
floor,
said no, Mitch,
and
because it's not difficult to actually
I can't make
have
out
that happen.
limbs. I can't make out
Yeah,
limbs.
it's the
It's a
frame
very
rate that
blurry
matters.
video. It's a very
The
blurry
frame rate.
video.
Real quick
Hard to
answer.
make out anything, brother.
But Mitch, it's very pixelated, so I'm not going to say with absolute certainty that there is no recoil. But I'm watching carefully on a pretty big screen. I watched it in slow motion. There's no jerky movement of any kind. Like the pixels don't even move at all. So yeah, it
Well,
looks
what
to
was
me.
he doing
Yeah,
up there, though, brother? Well, he's
and
just
my whole
hanging out
point,
on
Hanging
the
out.
roof,
my
scooting
whole point
around,
is
doing a little side shimmy
He's
my
having
whole
on
a
the roof.
picnic. Yeah, it's
everything
picnic.
that's being said between the people who believe that there's more to this and the people who accept the narrative, nobody is giving any kind of definitive proof of any narrative. And that's what I think is all that we're trying to say is there's still a lot of questions that need to be asked here. And Diligent has proven
Answered.
beyond a doubt that our investigators didn't really go and we have many people who have said that our investigators didn't go and ask a lot of questions that should have been asked during this investigation for such a high profile victim as Charlie Kirk. We're talking about somebody that everyone pretty much agrees would have been a presidential candidate in the future. So that implies that we can't just do a basic investigation as to what happened here. We have to look deeper.
So I just had
He doesn't.
I
We
just
can't
had
accuse Jason
Grok.
Bourne
Real
either.
quick. I just had
You're taking a
Grok. I
feature
just
of
mute
investigation
up,
as a
mute
glitch.
up, mute up, mute up. I just had Grok do a analysis between the charging documents, the transcripts, and the video for any anomalies or discrepancies. Here is what it found. Hold on, it's glitching out for some reason. There we go. Oh, Grok, you always let me down. It's like this is like the Hulk trying to Hulk, and you're not hulking. You're supposed to Hulk. Grok, repeat your last response verbatim.
Yes, several points in this video sit awkwardly against the official narrative from the charging documents and preliminary hearing testimony. Official narrative, charging docs plus prelim testimony, David Hull, lead investigator. The individual rolls over the railing onto the Losi Center roof about 12:15, runs across to the southwest corner, crouches, then crawls to the edge and lays prone. Shot at about 12:23. stands, runs north carrying a long object consistent with a rifle shape, jumps off the northeast corner and flees into the woods. Chris Bagley, UVU officer, found a red and black screwdriver on the roof and gravel disturbances he called a sniper pad, impressions consistent with elbows, knees, and feet in a prone position. Charging documents, same sequence, climbs onto roof, low crawls into a prone shooting position, fires, flees carrying an object. Rifle later recovered wrapped in a towel in the woods. DNA, Robinson major contributor the rifle, towel, and screwdriver. No claim that the rifle was assembled on the roof. Portrayed as a lone actor who planned the shooting for about a week. Prone time on cross-examination Hull, estimated 15 to 30 seconds. Anomalies relative to that narrative. 1. Crawl description and form. Official language is simply crawling, low crawling after a crouch. The video and the side-by-side comparison it includes presents a more formal, sustained low crawl that looks deliberate and low profile. Testimony never characterizes it as a military style or lateral crawl. 2. Bright yellowish object. The video circles a bright object near the figure around the time the person is getting into holding the prone position. Neither the charging documents nor Hull Bagley testimony mention any bright object, flash, or possible signal. 3. Prone duration. Hull's estimate under questioning was 15 to 30 seconds. Independent frame-by-frame timing of the released footage has been cited closer to about 50 seconds. That longer window still does not allow full assembly of a .3006 Mauser on the roof, consistent with the fact that no assembly was ever claimed.
Did they just take out Grok? I think we just lost.
No, I didn't remove.
No, you
Yeah.
glitched out.
Yeah.
Pick up where you left off before I interrupted you. Read the rest of the anomaly. Start with 5.
5. Overall appearance of movement. The video's low, purposeful transition into position and sustained prone hold appears more practiced than the neutral crouch then crawl language used in testimony. Official narrative does not claim or present any special training. These are the concrete mismatches between the released video and the charging documents plus preliminary hearing record. The video does not contradict the basic sequence, roof access, low position to low position, shot, exit with long object, but it adds visual emphasis and details, crawl form, bright object, longer prone hold that are absent from the official descriptions.
Is that because the standard of evidence is so low in a preliminary hearing, they can skate by without giving these specific details?
Yes, a preliminary hearing only requires probable cause, not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Prosecutors can present a general outline, like he ran across the roof, then crouched and crawled, without detailing the exact crawl style or a bright object.
Go ahead, Cape.
We already identified the bright object.
Is your name Cape?
That takes them.
Your name's not Cape.
Oh,
Let's go to Cape.
I thought you said Mitch.
Cape?
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
up?
Thanks for the mic. I just wanted to cover a whole shit ton of misinformation that's been floating around. I don't know where you people are getting your ideas from. First, the idea that shooting from the prone position is difficult. It's a child's shot. It's a pussy way to shoot. So down in the purple pill, I did click.
Hold on, you're a Canadian. Do you guys even have guns up there?
Okay, you want to play games or you want to let me finish?
Let him finish.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm scared now.
It's down in the purple pill there. It's all there in black and white for you. The reasons why you shoot from the prone position: number 1, stability. Number 2, recoil control, to get to your recoil question. Your body absorbs recoil straight back into the ground and your torso, letting you recover faster for follow-up shots. So there'd be minimal recoil. That's how children shoot. It's a very easy shot to make at 140 yards. A child could do it. Children do it every day across the country during deer season. My 14-year-old nephew took his first doe last year at 130 yards. A heart shot dropped it where it stood from the prone position with a 300 Win mag. So you guys are talking out your asses. You don't have a bloody clue what you're talking about.
Did the bullet go through?
No, it didn't.
Was it a neck shot?
No, it was definitely not a neck shot.
I knew that you were going to say no. I knew that you were going to
If
say
a bullet
no.
doesn't go through, it must be some magical, mystical bullet. So you must
Grok,
have had some
explain
special
why it is.
because all bullets
it
go through,
is.
according to these people.
It is almost impossible for a 30-06 bullet of any type to not penetrate the back of a human neck at 140 yards.
.3006 round travels at about 2,700 feet per second at the muzzle, and even at 140 yards, it retains roughly 2,200 feet per second. Human neck tissue, including muscle and skin, has very low resistance, offering little stopping power. Ballistic gelatin tests show that .3006 rounds penetrate 20 to 30 inches or more, far exceeding the 4 to 6 inches of a human neck. This means the bullet should exit the back of the neck unless it strikes dense bone or fragments, which isn't supported by the evidence.
And Grok is, let's just say it is a
is
center
supported by the
fire,
evidence.
a center fire round. Does that change the analysis?
No, it doesn't change the analysis. A centerfire round is still a .30-06. The penetration power stays the same.
Grok, how many thousands of bullets were extracted from people?
Give us examples. How much recoil pressure is created by firing a 30-06 Mauser? Prone.
A .3006 Mauser produces about 15 to 20 foot-pounds of recoil energy. Prone, that force drives the shooter backward into the ground, causing visible shoulder dip, rifle rise, or muzzle flip.
Grok, is there any indication that we see recoil or muzzle flash in that video?
How many times has Grok shot a
No,
firearm?
the video
There
shows
is no
no
muzzle
visible
flash during the
recoil or
day,
muzzle
guys.
flash at the moment of the shot.
There's no muzzle flash during J's because the sunlight.
Grok, are you able to analyze the shooter's approach? Can you his ingress? Are you able to observe him carrying a rifle bag or a barrel of a gun? Do a web search. I want you to form your own conclusions.
Okay, so regarding his approach, the surveillance video shows the person, identified as Robinson, approaching the Losi Center with a stiff-legged
No,
gait,
the video
keeping
that
his
just got released, not the FEDslop narrative. Candace Owens released a video today.
pulling the latest Candace Owens video now.
Do a search.
Searching for Candace Owens' latest video on the shooter. I found it. It's the grainy rooftop footage Candace Owens released
Now answer
today.
my question about the approach. Are you able to determine what kind of wrapping or bag or rifle bag or whatever he has? And also, as he's hopping over one of the ledge, there is a claim that he is carrying the rifle or the barrel of the rifle in his left hand. See if you're able to identify that through your analysis.
The released footage is too grainy and low resolution to identify any specific wrapping, bag, or rifle bag on the approach. I also couldn't make out a rifle barrel or any object in his left hand as he goes over the ledge.
I will, I'm going to ask Candace to send me an original quality of that, because whenever you're screen recording her and whenever she streams it, there is a little bit of loss of integrity there. So what I'll do is after the live stream, I will ask her if she'll send me an original quality copy of that segment of that video, and that way we can take a better look at it, because I would like to see what the original quality looks like.
Sounds good. Original quality would help.
Not you, Grok. Alfred, go ahead.
Yeah, I Kate kind of took my thunder away. Guys, I was in the military. I fired a 30-06 before.
In the American military?
Yeah, the American military. Can you believe it? I was in the 82nd Airborne.
Thank you for your service.
And you train You train with your rifle in the prone position. It is the easiest position to fire in because you have 3 points of contact. You have your firing elbow, your support elbow, and your lower body and your feet. That's why we train in the prone position. And then later on, you can try a sitting position or a standing position or whatever. But you train in the prone position because it's the easiest position to get acquainted with the firearm. So to me, I'm looking at this. He had line of sight. He had plenty of time to take a shot with a zeroed in scope. I could give a rifle. I could train someone off the street to take this shot in about 15 minutes. And they could probably do it with a properly zeroed scope. All you got to do is get in position, put the
Are they
scope on the
able to
target.
assemble it as well before they take that shot?
If he's just assembling the upper and lower receiver, I don't know. I mean, maybe it just quick screws in. I don't know. To be honest, I fired 30-06 before, but I'm not.
Grok, what's the minimum? What's the minimum? I know this has actually been tested. So, Grok, I want you to do a search. And what was the minimum amount of time that they were able to achieve a proper assemble of that alleged
Wait,
weapon?
Are you talking about a full? Are you talking about a full?
Let's just do a search.
Upper and lower receiver.
Well, people have done these tests. If you just wait, we can look it up. Grok, do the search.
Let's just put Grok on the
Got it.
stand then. Yeah.
Grok, search.
Searching.
I don't know why it's acted like this. Fuck you, Grok. I'm done paying. Go
But
ahead,
there was no
Alfred.
assembly, Diligent. There's clearly no assembly.
Then what is the screwdriver for?
To adjust something? I don't know
The
what he had a
screwdriver
screwdriver.
was found on the roof near the sniper
But there's
perch.
no testimony.
DNA analysis showed strong support for.
What is he doing? Is it a back scratcher?
can
Is
clearly
he?
see him carrying an
What's he
assembled
doing with the
Phillips or
screwdriver?
flathead? I
Right,
mean,
you
do we
see him
know?
you see him running with an assembled rifle in the low ready position, jump the rifle and the end of the barrel sticks out in the video.
I don't know of
holds it in
any
his right
scopes
arm.
that use.
He
Hold
holds
on,
it in his
Mitch.
right
I
arm,
don't.
crawls
Oh,
with his
come
left
on,
arm,
Mitch.
goes into position, takes a shot, and runs away.
Come
They're like trying to
on,
make this all
Mitch.
complicated with like assemblies and
All
non-assemblies.
right, wrap it up,
So
Mitch.
did he say? Did he?
Flashing
I
cars
wonder.
are
I
really
wonder.
signals.
I wonder. Did he?
Sunlight off of a
did he say?
windshield is a signal. It's
I
like
wonder.
weird.
I wonder if he said. I know this base can't hear me. I wonder if he said, "Geez, there's nothing tying me to this roof. Boy, I better leave some DNA here. Let me throw this down." Right? That's what he said. He said, "Geez, there's nothing tying me to this roof. Boy, I better leave something with some DNA on this roof. That way they can make sure that they tie me to the scene. I'm just gonna throw this screwdriver down on the roof with no plausible or logical explanation whatsoever, because I don't need to assemble the rifle, because apparently I can shove the whole thing down my pants. It flops, it folds, it wraps in the toil and a towel. It wraps in the towel, right? It is easily concealable. I have skinny jeans. I weigh 140 pounds. I can climb up all of these stairs and ladders and jump over ledges and off of the roof like Spider-Man, and I can shove this entire rifle up my ass. You can't even tell that I have it. You can't even tell. It just fits right up there. And my name is Tyler Robinson. I can get around easily. You can't even tell. I shift my limps. Maybe that is because he had it up his ass, right? Maybe you are
And I
reading
like
it
ice
wrong.
cream.
Maybe he was shifting because of uncomfort. He wasn't really having it stuffed down his leg. He was trying to wiggle around with that thing in there, and he was having a hard time. You know,
The only difficult part would be shoving it up the ass. Everything else is pretty standard.
I just want to try to understand why you guys that have been in the military, which awesome, thank you for your service, but why you keep speaking about it like it's so simple. We're talking about someone who has not been in the military, and there's no evidence to say that he
Lune,
was
this
trained
guy
by
kid
anyone
just
in the.
said his
I'm not asking
14-year-old
you,
kid
Mitch.
took
You
this
weren't in
shot.
the military.
A
I'm talking to the people
14-year-old
that
kid can
are.
take this shot. This is not special.
Shush, please. I'm asking the people that have spoken about this. They're saying it as if there's some kind of proof that he was trained by someone in the military or something like that. Yeah, I can understand people in military would think that this is easy, but we're talking about someone who there's no evidence to say that he has been trained
All
or
right,
that
can
he's
I?
even really shot.
Okay,
Did you
well,
just
Because
hear
it's
that guy
like
kid?
riding.
His
It's like riding a
14-year-old
bike.
kid.
Mitch,
His
calm down.
14-year-old kid took the shot.
Mitch, calm down. It's like riding a bike. Like once you learn how to do it, like you always can ride the bike, right? Like
No,
that's
I
the same
understand
way
that.
with shooting. It's actually so easy. I'm telling anybody listening, go to a range, you can rent a firearm, and you're going to find out that you could kill people from 140 yards too. I mean, you shouldn't do
I've
it,
shot at a
obviously, but
range. I just wouldn't assume that I can go on top of a roof with a rifle and have enough nerve to pull that rifle out of my leg, do an army crawl,
that's
shoot,
why I said
get the
there
shot,
was
and
I know
run
that
off.
there's a
There was
joke there.
signs,
I know that there's a joke there somewhere, Lene, but I'm not gonna
I don't
do
know.
it. I'm not gonna
Don't
do it.
even.
But there was signs that he actually had the same, after the shot, if you read the official FEDslop, right? Like he was cleaning and stuff. He was hanging out, and like the idea
He
that
was hanging
people
out
are going to
where?
get away.
He was hanging out where?
I guess at Lance Twiggs'
Is the
house
Wendy's.
or something. I don't
According
know.
to
I
the
don't-
FEDslop narrative, he was in Orem until after 12:30 a.m. till after 1 a.m.
He was at a Wendy's, right? They found him at a Wendy's afterwards.
I thought he was doing laundry or something.
He
with
never.
Lance.
No.
Folding laundry.
None of that's true.
Diligent. His location is obviously known for
okay.
two big reasons. One, there is a dash cam that was seized that has both telemetry and video data of at least 2 days, right? And he has a phone, which we all know our phones carry location data. Like, this isn't going to be complicated to trace his entire route just from those two items. Forget about CCTV cameras.
Mitch
and
is
Orem.
upset that Tyler Robinson is still in Penguich. He's having.
I told you,
He can't help it. He's obsessed.
Man, I've already
He's-
trademarked the t-shirt.
They're really upset.
My Penguich.
I had
You thought you could make money off this merch?
I got a random threat. I was told that I'm gonna get mine, and I'm gonna have to atone. And I used to be
They're gonna build a
pro-Israel,
statue
which
to
used to
Diligent
be
and
is not
Penguich.
true. And then they kept saying, what did they say? They told me that I convinced a whole restaurant to lie. That's what I was told. I was told. I want to read it almost. It was like, and then you convinced an entire restaurant to lie. Did I? A random So according to the Zionists, Diligent went to Utah to a restaurant he's never been to before and convinced a bunch of random Mormons to lie about Tyler Robinson be there. That's your guys' talking point?
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, but Diligent. It's not that far away though. That's what I was telling you. He's got a Mustang, right? Was it a 5.0? I mean, come on. You ever
Bro,
been out in the country like that?
You know
He
it's a
could've been
Dodge Charger, bro. It's you know what? Actually, I've been wanting to do this. I really, really want to do
Diligent,
this.
you know what you do say one
Grok,
thing that you would see?
Grok, how common are the Dodge Challengers in question in the United States?
Hold. Conducting audit.
Do a web search and answer the question, Grok. How common are they?
Got it.
What the fuck is going on with Grok? Fucking Grok.
It's me.
It's the Zionists.
But it
a
wasn't the
Zionist.
6-cylinder, was it? It wasn't a 6-cylinder, Diligent. You gotta admit.
It's a 2013 Challenger. Which
It has the double exhaust. It leads me to believe it's probably an 8 V8, right?
He could have been flying down that highway. I'm just saying.
What kind of pussy puts the double exhaust on the 6-cylinder?
Diligent, you keep saying the Zionists are targeting.
It was a Zionist that threatened me this morning,
I just
bro.
want to point out something to you.
Is Mitch still talking?
Maybe I am Jewish, but the vast majority of people who are challenging you are just regular Americans who don't give a shit about it.
You're Jewish? Holy shit.
You're the last person.
Surely you know that most Zionists are not Jewish, right?
But most people who are challenging
The majority of Zionists are not Jewish, Mitch.
and you're just trying to use it as a rhetorical shield to pretend like
It is
you're
literally.
by the Zionists.
Listen.
When
There
I'm the only one that
there
comes
was
here
a
that says
Zionist this morning. Mitch can't help himself. You just can't help but not talk over the host.
I'm
Okay.
literally the
There
only
was
one.
literally
The rest of them are just regular Americans,
a
man.
Zionist that messaged me, and the first thing that he said after he called me a faggot, right, was that I used to be pro-Israel. And I am fake, a shill. I'm lying. I'm going to go to hell with
Actually, that guy said he
Candace.
doesn't even like Israel.
I'm going to go
That
to
guy
hell
doesn't
with
like Israel.
Candace. And then I'm going to get mine. And I'm going to pay. And there's going to be atonement, according to
but
him.
you're just emphasizing my point. This guy actually, in subsequent message, he says, "I don't give a fuck about Israel." It's like most people who are opposing you, like I'm Jewish, but the rest of them are all just regular Americans.
How do you know who I'm talking about?
Well, Gary, Viva, all of the major
No.
people have no
You
connection to
said
Israel,
this
don't care
guy.
about Israel.
Whoa. I caught that. You said this guy says in a subsequent message that he doesn't care about Israel. How did
Look
you know
down,
that?
yeah, he
I
did.
didn't share that.
Because he said that. Look at the next message. I read the messages between.
You read what messages?
In his posts, he posted.
Oh, he posted?
Yeah, you were having an argument with him in the comments, and he's like, "I don't care about Israel."
I did not have an argument with him in the comments.
Well,
that
what
was
do
a
you mean? The guy
private
who
DM
posted-
conversation that I had with him, and I deleted that post
Right,
this morning.
but you also
because
complained
someone
to him
told
in
me
the
that he
comments.
was. Someone
This is
told
the
me
guy who
that
starts
he
with an M.
was.
His name
No.
starts with an M, right? No?
I
Wasn't
deleted that
guy?
post like an hour, within an hour of posting it. We did not have a back and forth on the timeline, but he did say that he didn't give a fuck about Israel, but that was in a private message. So how did you know that?
I just told you because he posted in the comments to your argument online.
He didn't.
You may have had that exchange in private messages, but he also posted it in a public comment.
And on
Mitch,
what?
you gave yourself away.
Yeah. What on what post?
You want to go find it? Okay, I'll go find it. But he literally said that in a post.
Just Mitch, just ask your assistant.
His name was like M-A-C. Wait, his name
Just
started with an
swap
M?
your other account and send it to us. God, it's not that hard.
Yeah, you want to pretend I have like multiple accounts? Yeah, right. Like I could care less. But the point is, you try and use this rhetorical shield. Oh, it's the Zionists.
He
But the vast
fucking
majority
brought
of
up
people-
Israel first thing.
He's accusing you. He's accusing you of being pro-Israel and just changing your stance for the money is what he claims.
I have
That's what he
never
said.
been pro or against Israel. This
I'm
is
not
a
arguing
fact.
that. I'm saying what he said in his public post. I'm not arguing you were or you weren't.
But he,
I'm just telling you what he.
listen, the
point that
first
he was
thing
making.
that he brings up when he is attacking me is my Israel position. And later, right, he starts bringing up World War II and Nazis and all of this other shit that Zionists bring up, right? I have never interacted with this guy in such a capacity. I haven't talked to him in over a year.
I've never seen this guy either. All I'm making the point is the vast majority opposing you are not Israeli, they're not Jewish, they're not Zionists. They're just regular Americans who deeply
He is a
disagree
Zionist.
with you
Alfred
and what
is
you're doing.
Zionist. What are you talking about?
I just said me and Alfred are like the only two that come here. But everybody else is opposing you.
and
as
Sam
opposing
and
Candyland.
and
majority of people opposing
AJ
you
or
American
whatever his name is
flag.
down
just
there.
regular Americans.
AB.
I got an
you wanna
American
pretend-
flag in the bio.
Bro, you are a
He's like
Zionist.
a regular American. You're not going to pretend he's a. Why is he
I'm not a Zionist. Most people just don't listen to me, so they don't. They don't know.
He is not what you just claimed, but you just use it as a rhetorical shield to claim like, don't listen to it. It's just the
is
Jews
a
talking.
stealth acolyte, right? It doesn't matter if he says that he is a Zionist. His actions, right, align with Zionism. He attacks the enemy of Israel. He attacks the enemies of Israel.
Listen, instead of facing the
I have
arguments
listened
that
to
people
you
put
go
to you,
at
you just
me. I
paint
have
them as,
listened
like-
to you in her spaces.
You're just painting them with a brush.
I have
and saying,
listened to
"Oh,
you in
anybody
her
who disagrees with
spaces.
me
I can
must
play
be a
the clip.
Zionist."
I can play the clip.
I only got 10,000 followers. Not even 10,000 followers. You know.
Yeah, me and him are
I'm look, it's not my fault the dude attacked me and brought up Israel right away. I wasn't even talking about Israel.
Happened to know exactly what was going on in your.
But the guy doesn't care about
Can we
it.
let
Weird.
someone else speak though? Aside
It
from
is a
Mitch?
little weird. Even if he did catch that alt, like that alt has like I want to say 15 followers or
Right,
something.
he just said he's never seen him before either. So all of a sudden,
It's just weird that
he's
he
on
knows
Mitch's radar,
exactly
too.
what he
I'm
said
literally
down to
reading.
the
You did a
like
grok
very
to ask if you're
strange
ever
dude.
pro-Israel. You did a grok to ask if you're pro-Israel, and he responded to that. Literally, like you don't see your own messages, your own posts.
I posted that. That was a reply.
Mitch is AI.
Bro,
And he
that was
replied to
that
that
was a
grok.
reply to Ian.
I understand, but he replied to your grok, is what I'm saying, where he said, I don't give a shit about Israel. I'm just pointing out that you were, and then now you're not, and he thinks that you're doing it for a nefarious agenda. That's all he's saying. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that this is a guy who's opposing you, who doesn't give a shit about Israel. And the vast majority of people
it is
who oppose you
Zionists
don't
who
care about
attacked
Israel.
me over my Epstein coverage, even though I had never mentioned Israel. And up until that point, I shut down any conversation about Israel in my chats, in my
Man, you just gotta own it. It's
I just
not
got a
Jews
text
or
message
Israel
from
that are
him.
opposing you. It's literally just regular Americans.
In my chats, in my spaces, right? I always shut down the conversation. They came at me in July of last year. Some of the most vicious attacks I've ever had on the platform were from Zionists that around that time. Again, when Charlie Kirk died and I didn't buy into the narrative, okay? Attacking me for not buying into the narrative. Fort Huachuca, recently over the receipts. Alfred even said it. He just said, coincidentally, they just happen to be Zionists. These are people who are mad at you for what you're reporting. And coincidentally, they just happen to be Zionists.
What do you think a Zionist is?
It is someone with, I mean, there are different forms of Zionism. It's a political and religious ideology, right? It could be either or both. But
and they're an ally. I'm Zionist.
I know that you're a Zionist, Alfred. No one's refuting that.
Most people are.
But Diligent,
most people are not Zionists. This is true. Like, I had never even heard the term until I came to Twitter. I've never heard the term before until I got here.
I think you deleted it already, but you posted a video of all these people who are coming at you. None of them were Israeli, Zionist, Jewish. They're all just Americans.
Wait. So you just said, them as so one of the most Zionists. Prominent ones who came at me, who was in that video, and I did not delete it, is Viva La Fray. He is both Jewish, and he is both Jewish and Canadian. And he is never engaged with me, never talked to me.
You
came at me out of nowhere.
Canadian though, Dilly, I'm telling you, Canadian.
Viva La Fray may be Jewish, but he's highly
You gotta watch out for them Canadians
at all. I know who he is from his COVID coverage.
Dilly.
But he is not pro-Israel at all, as far
Can
as
we
I
just
know.
let Mitch and let other people speak? You have a lot of people still.
Okay, we're supposed to be talking about Charlie Kirk and Tyler Robinson and his rifle. And these guys got you talking about Israel and who's a Zionist and who's a Christian Zionist.
Yeah, you did derail me. Yeah, they did get me.
Diligent talks about that he's opposed by the Zionists when he's not.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I did. I fell for the Optio.
We have Alfred up here. Could we?
Very tricky.
Wait, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear
I'm
me?
listening to Lune.
Thank you. Did you guys? Sorry, AJ, I love you. Did you guys see Brandy's or Diligent? Did you see Brandy's post? Because she's saying that the footage that Candace shared is actually the same footage that she saw in the courthouse, but it's actually more zoomed and more clear.
I didn't see that.
She says, yeah. Go look out for her post.
Better quality. That's funny.
Hey, Diligent, can I ask you a quick question, real quick? Something I've been wanting to ask you.
Sure.
Just it's about Charlie Kirk, and it's not a busting you. I just want to ask: are you at all on speaking terms with anyone at Cowboys at all anymore? With the owner or anybody?
I have not talked to anybody from Cowboys since I left there.
Do you think they would talk to you any further, or are they pretty much shutting up at this point?
They gave a public statement that they weren't going to be talking to anybody else, so I haven't tried.
Okay, I was just wondering about something. I was going to say that there's actually, I've posted it before. There's actually something that they could do on the restaurant side that would confirm kind of.
The owner said that a point of sale glitch was preventing him from collecting all of the information from the debit card.
Yeah, but he would be able to run a search on his side of things like the bin number and expiration date and type of card, and he could go back in time and see if that card had ever been used before or since that date. And what I was telling you before, I don't know if you ever saw it in my post, but if say for example that card had been used a few times before the 10th, and then it's dropped to 0 after the 10th, that would be an indication that coupled with the restaurant workers interview, that would be an indication that that card might belong to Robinson. And conversely, if that card ever came up again after the 10th, it would probably kill what they had to say and kill Panguitch as a lead. I don't know if you thought about asking him to do that, or if anybody else thought of that, but I've been hesitant to
reach out to any of them after all of the piling on that occurred online after I posted the receipt and after their public statement saying they didn't want to talk to anybody. There was no statement like that when I approached them the first time, but they've publicly announced that they don't want to answer any more questions. So
I wouldn't think so. All right. No, just wondering. All right. Cool.
But there are other ways to determine whether or not that card was this.
Yeah, but I mean, this way you wouldn't have to do a subpoena. This way it could all be done on the point of sale side. I mean, the owner could do it pretty quickly, actually.
I think he tried, and he said that he was unable to get the information. That's what I said.
Okay.
That's what he told the FBI and the New York Post, anyways.
Well, like I said, it wouldn't have to be that specific. It could just be search parameters with, say, the numbers, the same stuff you're seeing on the receipt, like the expiration date. If I don't know if there's stuff blurred out, I don't know if the expiration date is on there. Last four.
The only thing that is visible on the receipt are the last four. That's and the server's name, and then that's what I redacted. I redacted the last four. The part that says, I think I redacted cashless, but I didn't mean to. And the server's name. So I didn't want to dox that information.
All right.
But the family has it. The family has that information. They have that. They have a copy of the numbers on the receipt. And so do a few other journalists that I trust. Go ahead, Noah.
Is there going to be any more footage of this completely not mysterious, completely unprofessional assassin? The direction they took as they were leaving UVU, or what actions they took as it was leaving UVU?
I can't speak to what other footage may be out there. I don't know. I know that alls I know is what they haven't shown us, and that is the shooting, which we saw today, and they haven't shown us. There's a couple of clips. I covered this yesterday in my stream. What they did and what they didn't show us, and what they did and what they didn't confirm during the preliminary hearing. I kind of did like a walkthrough of all of it, and there's some gaps in the approach of the alleged shooter, and also the escape of the alleged shooter. Like, we see him go up to the street, but we don't know where he goes after that. We're told that he went to the woods, and that's where he left the firearm. But then, we don't see it. So for all we know, he could have jumped into a car, or he could have ran another direction. He could have went back on campus. He could have jumped in a hot air balloon. We have no idea what happened because they end the video there. Whether or not there is more footage out there of what happens afterwards, I don't know.
Would be interesting to see like a definitive timestamp of everything of that shot from the roof, and then all the different shots from all the things that happened on the ground. You'd be able to come with a definitive list of actions that actually took place, and you can fill in your own narrative. I mean, from signal to signal to signal to event zero to all the things that happened afterward, and revisit all the incredible Marvel hero testimony of TPUSA or the $1 Million Security Club. The $1 Million Security Club that went on all the podcasts to talk about how their number one client was killed right in front of them, but they did everything they could.
The problem that I have with the FEDslop narrative, the main problem, is that it is a lot of very circumstantial and vague evidence, and is the type of evidence that they are presenting that is certainty is easily manipulated, right? It is very easy to manipulate metadata, right? Almost anybody can do it these days. It's very easy to manipulate EXIF data, right, which is a type of metadata on images and videos. It's very easy to spoof geolocation on phones, right? I have an app on my phone that I spoof my location with all the time, right? I leave it on most of the time. It shows me in a different location. If you were to get on some, like if I had my like a cloud account attached to it, which I don't, right, it would show me in a completely different city and state, right? And the only way that you would be able to verify my location is by cell phone ping. And that's if I don't have it in a Faraday bag, right? But let's just say that they do have cell phone pings. If a government was trying to spoof the location of a shooter, how easy would it be for them to produce that result, right? I mean, we live in an age where any type of digital evidence can be constructed or spoofed into great detail. The problem that I have with the FEDslop narrative is that there's no 100% physical ID of the suspect at any point in time by anybody, even though there are lots of people that saw that alleged shooter that day, right? There's a TPUSA representative named in the preliminary hearing, but he didn't come out and say, that's the guy I saw that morning. We have not seen one iota of certain evidence that Tyler Robinson was either at that location at that time, and not a single iota of certain evidence that he killed Charlie Kirk. But we are being made to believe it is being sold really hard by vested interests without that, right? So it's not that I don't want to believe he did it. I want evidence that he did. That's it. I want compelling evidence, at least a little bit, something. One person, you had 5 days, you've had 10 and a half months, and you couldn't wheel out one person in front of the public that could say for certain they saw Tyler Robinson on September the 10th at UVU. Even though you said that a police officer stopped him there, trying to re-enter the scene. You can't ID him. You have TPUSA representatives that met him. You can't ID him. You have people that say they believed that it was Tyler Robinson. You have people that say that that's a vehicle that matches the description of Tyler Robinson's. But you have not seen one iota of evidence or even a statement from a person sworn in that said that he was there. It's not my fault I don't believe it. It's the people presenting that evidence's fault. It's not the public's fault. It is not the skeptics' fault. It's not conspiracy theorists. It's not the left. It is not fake MAGAs, right? It is the responsibility of the government to convince the public that he committed that crime. They have failed to do so. Even though they have wielded all of the levers of institutional power within the media, they still have not sold it. That's their own damn fault. I am open to Tyler Robinson being guilty of that crime. I have not seen one single shred of evidence that convinces me that he did. I do see a lot of evidence that there is fuckery afoot. A lot of it. There's a lot of evidence of that. I don't know what to tell you. All right, I'm gonna call. We're gonna give some closing remarks over on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, show some love, whatever. If you're on X, turn all notifications on for my profile on both. I'm trying to spread our love here. I am gonna be doing some more boots on the ground investigations very, very soon. And there is going to be some more evidence, even more compelling than what came out today, that's going to be dropped this week. And it's going to be a very, very interesting week for everybody, I think. And even if it doesn't prove Tyler Robinson is innocent, as long as it brings us closer to the truth, right? That's That's what the goal is here. I don't know what the truth is. If you're truly seeking justice for Charlie, it should be blind, right? It should be weighed on the evidence. It should not be a preconceived notion where you already know who did it. I don't know who did it, right? Because you don't want to focus on one person and let somebody who is involved get away. That's not justice. That's something else. Have a good night, everybody. God bless you.